Feel free to go ahead and introduce yourself. Thank you so much for joining us.
Hey, I'm Pocket. I usually go, I don't know.
I know,
I'm
man.
this little guy.
I just puts you on the spot.
That's what I usually say when people are like, hey, who are you? I'm like, hey, I'm Pocket. I'm a little guy.
Just a happy little dude, kind of like N.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
I'm
I'm
gonna
this little guy.
I'm gonna just really quickly get this out of the way, like just the way that I speak. I
Yeah.
grew up in a very specific spot. The way that I talk is a product of that. I say dude and I say man all the time. Those are completely neutral terms for me. I call my mother man. I'll be talking to. I call my sister dude.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So just to get that out of the way, like I do talk like that. There is absolutely no intent behind how I speak. So yeah, just wanted to clear that up right fast.
That's so fair. I grew up in a very southern rural Alberta, so sometimes I will still slip into that like country hick accent.
I'm
And like
I'm picking
it's,
it up now. The
yeah,
longer I've been here, like my Nova Scotia accent has been completely bastardized now. Like I talk weird when I go home. I'm half and half. Like
oh, I do the intentional work to sound like a city kid because like I can't show up and just like show up at a con and be like, "Hey boy, you want to go out for a rip, eh?" Like I can't do that. I gotta keep it down.
Is over a rip, are you, bud? Like, just
Yeah,
yeah.
you go out there and get good for. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Mine was the other side. It was like I'm from the east coast of Canada. You know, the more like that side. That's amazing. You've got a lot of fans in chat. Like
Oh no.
yeah, people like you. That's really cool. That's awesome. Oh man, so thank you so much for joining us. So you've got Instagram and TikTok, correct?
Yeah, Instagram, TikTok. I will play around with things like Blue Sky, or I tried Lemonade for like 5 minutes, but it's mainly Instagram's where I post like the real cool stuff, and
Hmm.
TikTok is where you get all the nonsense and the memes.
Okay, right on.
Yeah.
That's a really great plug for both of those. I'm not gonna lie. That's actually that's really good. Oh man. So like let's just start right off here. How long have you been cosplaying for?
So I went to my first con in 2016. I started cosplaying in 2017, and I cosplayed from 2017 till like tail end of 2018,
Hmm.
and then I took a hiatus until 2022, and I've been
Yeah.
consistently cosplaying again since then.
Yeah, that's the wow, that's actually really you have quite a history doing this then.
Yeah, I started my very first cosplay was like a thrifted semi-made costume, and then I showed up to my grandma because she's the one who taught me how to sew, and I was like, hey, I want to make this really complicated kimono, squirrel girl from a game no one's ever heard of. Can you teach me to sew?
That's so
And that was
cool.
our first project.
That's amazing. Yeah, that's really cool.
Yeah.
I've mentioned this before, but I learned how to sew really young. When I was just a little kid, my mom took me aside and was like, "Listen, someday you're gonna live by yourself, so you need to learn how to cook, you need to learn how to sew, and you need to learn how to clean." So I got really good at cooking and sewing. So
I learned how to sew
like,
when I was 18, specifically for cosplay.
that's amazing. That's so cool. And honestly,
Yeah.
it's pretty cool that you had a family member that could that could teach you to do that. Like that.
She still does. She actually thinks that I'm a better seamstress than she is. And like
Wow,
I was
what a
showing her maybe
compliment.
listen, right? Because she's been sewing, like my grandma just turned 80, right? And so she's been sewing since she was like 5 years old. And so I sent her some pictures of my newest project, which is like all embroidery.
Hmm.
And she's like, how long have you been trying to do this? And I was like, I don't know, like 20 hours. And she was like, that looks better than anything I've ever made.
That's
So,
amazing. Like that.
yeah.
Oh, that's so supportive. And like, man, having that many decades of experience they can share with you, that's pretty special.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, one of my actually biggest regrets is my great grandmother taught a lot of people in my family how to crochet. and I missed out on that. Like I didn't get my turn to learn that from her. Like
Aw.
before we lost her, and it's like I'm really happy to hear that you got to have that. That's wonderful.
Yeah, my grandma taught me to sew, my grandpa taught me to paint, and now I use both of those skills to make dumb little costumes.
Oh wow! So there's a lot of art in the family then.
Yeah, my grandpa was a professional like graphic designer. He trained for 50 years. He won like
Wow.
multiple national and international awards for painting. He primarily did acrylic and oil. And so like I've been painting on his lap since I was like 3 years old. So I'll like show up and we'll be like, I just know how to paint, guys.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Wow, that's absolutely amazing. Okay, it's like wow. So you're another person who comes by this very very naturally. Like this is like this is something that you grew up with in a lot of ways.
I grew up with the creative aspect of it, not necessarily the cosplay thing, because it wasn't until I showed up at a con that I was like, oh, this is a thing people do. Like I didn't even process that this was an option until I showed up at a con and I was like, all these people are dressed up. I can dress up?
You found a community.
Wild.
That's
Yeah.
amazing. That's wonderful. Oh, damn. That's so cool. So, how many cosplays would you say that you've done?
Over
You
the
just had to
course of the
guess.
year, I'd probably say like maybe a dozen.
Okay.
Because I make 90% of my costumes.
Amazing.
I literally this year just started buying costumes. Other
Okay.
than that, I've been making them. Before that, I had the only other costume that I had like not made was Makima and Beast Boy. But Beast Boy is like 3 hours of painting myself green.
Yeah.
I don't care if those are my clothing from my closet. He still counts.
That's amazing. No, that's so. And honestly, yeah, that's Beast Boy basically does just wear like casual clothes most of the time. Like he's in t-shirt, like,
Yeah.
and it's like band t-shirts and stuff that he like.
Yeah.
That's aw- Did you say 3 hours?
Yeah, well, especially so I do a group for Animathon called Dudes in Mating. And it's the whole concept of the group is you have to be cosplaying a dude and you have to be in a maid dress. Because I
Amazing.
wanted to make like a group cosplay that a lot of people could join. Because like I don't want people
That's
to
so
want to join a
cool.
cosplay group and have to spend $200 on a costume just to have fun with their
A
friends.
specific,
So I
yeah,
was
that's
like,
so cool.
yeah, so it's like show up as a dude, show up as a maid. And the first year we did it, I was like, I'm gonna be Beast Boy as a maid. It'll be so comfortable. And I
Yeah.
painted pretty much everything but my butthole green. There was, like I had like my leg like up to my ear trying to get the back of my thigh. And I was like, why?
You're like, maybe next year I should just get a damn tub and just dip in this stuff.
Literally. So this year I did Link so that I didn't have to paint my butthole green. Like,
I mean, yeah, to be that's so good. Oh wow. Yeah, I'm always curious the characters that require the full body paint. I'm really glad you
Yeah.
brought that up because I'm always curious how the hell long does that take? And like, yeah, no, that tracks. That tracks
so
really, really
Beast
good.
Boy in a maid dress is 3 hours because you have to do from mid calf to like literally almost your hip bone, and then you have to
Yep.
do your full arm to your shoulder, and then you have to do face, back of neck, and then like the front of your chest,
Mhm.
and then the back as well. So
Okay.
that's about 3 hours in the maid dress. When I do his like casual look, which is the black skinny jeans, the like long sleeve rolled up to your elbows, and the face, it's closer to an hour. I did a poison ivy,
Ooh.
which we did a very specific, me and my buddy, because they did Harley, and then I did Ivy.
Awesome.
But the version we did was like trans mask version, so it's Ivy in a green bra, and then dress pants.
I feel like I might have
So
seen
I
you.
had to,
What's with your fireworks? What was that?
I'm sorry. I have an iPhone, which means that if I do, I talk with my hands. So I
Certain
like to
poses you
be
can trigger them. You're like a VTuber in real life. Like that's
Yeah,
great.
hearts. Sometimes it'll shoot hearts out. I do it all the time. I'm so
No,
sorry.
don't be sorry. That's awesome. It just caught my attention. I just, damn.
Yeah, if you do a thumbs up, it'll do a thumbs up for me too. And I'm just like, please. And I can't
No,
shut
it's.
it off. I've been trying for like 2 years to shut it off.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to sidetrack you like that. I was like, oh wow, you've got a setup here. No, it just
No,
happened. Sorry.
it's out of my control.
Did I? Have I ever? Because I've seen a few Harley and Ivies, and what you described there with the like the front wrap. Did I get a picture of you like that and just not realize it was
Not of
you?
my Ivy, because my Ivy I've actually never worn to a con. I
Okay.
only wore her for a shoot in downtown Calgary at like 10 p.m. Not the
Okay.
smartest thing to do,
Oh
because
dear.
like my buddy was in just pasties and I'm in just a bra painted green in the middle of the night in downtown
Oh
Calgary.
no, not in Calgary.
Yeah, we made poor choices, but we had a great time and the pictures are phenomenal.
I'm glad. I'm very
Yeah, yeah, it worked out.
damn. That's amazing. So
Yeah,
sorry, I just had to cop. So
that's okay.
so when I first was interested in doing an interview with you, it was actually
Yeah.
before we had ever talked about it. It was when you were talking about the detail of like what went into your jinx.
Oh
The
yeah.
Yeah, because like I think you mentioned an absolutely like ludicrous amount of paint work went into that. Give me just 1 second here.
Yeah.
Let's bring that up.
So is it
Yeah,
fishbone
the fish.
specifically you want to talk
Yeah.
about?
Well,
My boy?
I want to talk about the whole cosplay, but I want to talk. I want to talk about because you actually have some really good Jinx pictures on your Instagram as well.
Yeah.
But I want to talk about this fish bones because like when you mentioned this to me, like you put a phenomenal amount of effort into this prop. Like I want I want
Yeah.
to hear about how you made this.
So the foam portion of it is actually my first foam project. He's
Okay.
what I learned how to make foam like props with.
Wow.
I don't recommend picking fish bones for your first prop. So he was a
Okay.
lot.
Yeah.
He was intense. He was a tandem build between me and my buddy, who's actually like a master level foam smith, and he took 100. Like it took us 100 hours to build him. Um,
Wow.
and like so everything from the ground up we entirely self patterned, so he is fully structured to fit my body size and my body type, in
Okay.
regards to like where the balancing point is, in regards to how I hold him. Like he is
Nice.
built for my frame. I've lent him out to like my buddy Farrell to use for like a couple of his shoots because he also cosplays Jinx,
Hmm.
and he has longer arms than me, so it's actually really awkward for him to hold him on his shoulder like I do because it's made from my width.
That makes total
Um,
sense.
yeah, and it was mainly for like ease because I know exactly where his balance point is. I can put him on my palm and just full lift him up, no
Wow.
issues with one hand. He's only about 8 pounds, so he's pretty light. But the foam build was 100 hours, and then the paint job I did entirely myself, and that was 150. Um,
Longer than the build. That's crazy. So
yes.
you mentioned I can't even remember the number. How many layers of paint, dude?
So each color of paint has a different layer amount to it. So the
Okay.
teal is 6 different variations of teal. There's also a silver base coat underneath certain like sections. So the tail fin, the upper shell, and then like the top fin on the top shell, all of those have a silver layer underneath the 6 layers of teal. The silver has 4 different layers of silver. The bronze and the gunmetal gray have 3 different layers. The purple has 4 different layers. The bronze has 5 different layers. The little side panels on there that they actually reflect camera light, because I did a resin coating on those side panels because they're supposed to glow up in the show. And then the skull itself, that pearlescent part, also has 3 different layers of paint, and that's not including any color washes, and that's not including any dark washes either. That's just the base
Unbelievable.
layer. Yeah,
The
yeah,
amount of, and this was your first foam prop build, and you put that kind of detail. You just came in and knocked it out of the park. Like that's amazing.
painting's my thing though. Like,
Oh, that's a good
painting's what I'm
point.
good at.
That's a that is a yeah. You did mention that. You were not kidding. You were
Yeah,
very very
yeah,
sincere about that. Wow, that is.
yeah.
I'm sorry. Yeah, I actually. There was something I was going to ask halfway through that, and I lost it because I was honestly just like, holy crap, that is a
Yeah.
yeah, that is a lot.
Yeah, I actually started doing a panel because so many people had so many questions about how I painted him. This
Mhm.
year I actually made a panel specifically dedicated to how I did Fishbone's paint job. And
Really?
literally, he's the only example. Yeah, it's called I Found It in the Trash, a guide to prop weathering. And then you sit down in the panel and I look at you and go, so I lied. We're going from sanding to painting. We're doing the whole thing. I'm making you listen.
That's amazing. Did you do a panel at Animathon?
Yeah, so Friday at Animathon, I actually did 2 panels. I did my paint panel, and then I co-hosted a panel with a friend called Rookie Cosplayer,
Uh-huh.
which
I
is
think
like
my
a
friend attended one of your panels. I'm
maybe.
pretty certain like that. I'm sorry,
I was
continue.
dressed up as CL, if that helps.
I will find out. I'm very very curious. I think they did. I think I walked past the room. I just didn't. I wasn't actually in. Sorry, continue. That is so cool.
Yeah, so it's literally I have a paint pad that is just dedicated to Fishbones and his paint job. I was gonna do other painting styles in it, but as
Mhm.
I started making the panel, I was like, I need to make another panel for
Yeah.
different paint jobs.
Yeah, it's too much. You have an incredible shining example. You have a lot of like
Thank you.
a really good wealth of knowledge to share. You should use it. Like, yeah, that's fantastic.
Yeah.
I've been curious about this for a little bit. What is the frame of this prop made of? Is the whole thing foam, or is there like a solid core in this?
He's entirely hollow, so he's made out of
Really?
EVA foam,
Okay.
except for the piping on the side, which is PVC,
Okay.
and then like the muscle coming out of the back. Otherwise, yeah, he's entirely EVA.
I expected there to be some PVC in there, but I'm going to be honest. I expected there to be so much more like going on inside. That's very impressive. And you said it's
Yeah,
only about.
so he's
Continue.
only 8 pounds.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's okay. We're getting to the same point.
Yeah. That slight delay, it really sucks when you're doing an interview. I'm sorry about that. But like, yeah, no,
That's all
that's
good.
amazing.
Yeah. One of the things that we had to take into consideration with building him was his weight, because he is bigger
bet.
than me. I'm like 5'1", and Fishbones is 6 foot.
No kidding.
So, yeah.
Wow.
He's bigger than me.
I'm gonna
He
zoom
hangs
out here
up
a
in
little.
my living room, actually. I hang him from my wall when I'm not
That's
at
so
cons.
cool. That's so you've got your weapon rack there. Like, yeah, don't break in here. Just to pull out fish bones. Like, the Jinx is ready to go. Like,
Literally.
that's great.
But like I actually I have a disability in my spine, so there are days where like I literally can't stand or walk properly.
Oh.
So we wanted to make him as light as possible to
Yeah.
ensure that like I could still go to a con with him and not jeopardize my health further.
Of course.
So that was like one of the things we really wanted to stay away from PVC because it can get very, very heavy very fast.
Very quickly. Yeah, that's a really good point. And like, yeah, it's got to be built. It's got to be suited to you. Like that's that's fantastic. There's a comment from Carter Sauce right there. I just want to read right quick. Couldn't ask for better home security than fish bones. Like I don't know. You want to have a home after, but like just it's got great get off.
Nothing else.
Yeah, it's got great get off my lawn potential.
Yeah, exactly. If my son of war crimes, we know why.
It's like, shh, Canadians aren't supposed to say that out loud. Like we know what we did. Like no, just
We know what we did. We know what he's from.
We're really
It's
sorry.
fine.
We're really sorry. Like, just, but don't invade us or you're gonna be sorry. You know, like, that's the joke, right? Like,
I had, when I was at Animathon with Fishbones, I had a lovely human come up, wanted to do like a little like, hey, who are you dressed as? What's it from? Like for like a YouTube or a TikTok or whatever.
yeah,
And so I was like, okay, sure, like that sounds fine to me.
yeah.
And so they did that, and then they turned to me and they were like, what are you going to do with that gun? And referencing the show, I was like, I'm probably going to commit crimes of anarchy and destroy the government, because that's the show, right?
That's what
And
Jinx
I
would
guess
say.
this poor human had no idea of the show at all, and like lost their mind and was like, whoa, don't get political. Like, this is from a channel. And I was like, it's from the show. I promise. I'm not crazy. It's from the show.
They weren't ready for method acting. Like, that was
No.
like, that was, you were there, Jared Leto. You scared that person. Like,
I was. I ruined that person's day. I ruined their YouTube
No.
or TikTok career, whatever.
no, they're gonna tell that story with a smile. Don't you worry. That was amazing. Yeah, they were not ready for that. That was so good. Man. Isn't it kind of interesting? This is slightly off topic, but we do have like scheduled, like, you know, things about the character. Isn't it kind of interesting how if you go back and watch the original music video that was the release of Jinx, because the first time the world ever saw Jinx, it was that music video. That was her debut. If you go back and rewatch that music video now, it hits entirely differently. There's
a whole different context now.
Wow, it's sad now, because like that's obviously a version of her that's been alone for way too long. But like, she looks like she's having fun. Like, but damn, like, yep, that's what Jinx would say. Like,
yeah, it's very interesting seeing how they developed her character specifically for Arcane, because like when her original debut was very much like the manic pixie dream girl kind of trope.
She could have very easily been another Harley Quinn knockoff.
Yeah, and I personally, like, that's actually what attracted me to cosplaying her as a character, was that depth that they gave her, especially in regards to her mental health, because, like, obviously Arcane is a fictional world, and we don't get, like, a real-life diagnosis, but you can tell that there's some serious mental health issues or disabilities happening there, and the way Arcane explored it, I felt was very respectful and very interesting and dynamic compared to what they could have done. You know,
they could have made her like some sort of idealized like version of Unhinged, right? They could have tried to make her attractive crazy, is what they call, like, you know, what you can point at a lot of Hollywood characters. They could have made her a Harley Quinn ripoff, any of that, but my sister works in healthcare and works with a lot of people that have like pretty legitimate issues, and she watched it and she was also very impressed, because she was like, Jinx feels like somebody that I would meet at work. Like, Jinx feels like a real person that I would meet at work. Coming from her, who does that every day, that was amazing. I think the best part about it, they didn't try to make it pretty. You know, like when Jinx was having her moments, they were not trying to paint that with, like, you know, rose-colored lenses on, you know, like that. It was well done. It felt visceral.
They the space to be messy in a way that felt very authentic to somebody who might be experiencing that level of trauma with that level of mental health issues and disorders, and it worked so well for the narrative of Arcane specifically.
Yeah, they treated it seriously, and they didn't they didn't try to go too far with it. Yeah, I think that's part of why like people are so drawn to Jinx as a character now. Like, that's interesting. The last Jinx tangent here, but I've waited a long time to run this by somebody. The one scene in Arcane that I'm sad we didn't get was like having all the city council members, you know, Caitlyn and everybody sitting around a table, like, you know, planning out this or that, and then having a messenger burst in and be like, there was a huge shipment of purple and pink dye that was stolen, and they're like, there's going to be an attack. Like, The amount of smoke is like, hey, the merchant guild has reported like 1,000 shipments of like of pigment has gone missing. Like, oh no, she's coming.
You're
Like,
sitting there, you're like, the artist district has nothing.
yeah, it's like
Gone.
all the blue and purple ink is gone. It's like, like, get ready. Like, the bombs are.
Yeah. Instead of like a calling card on the wall, it is the art stores have been robbed of
everywhere. Like, it's gonna happen. Like, yeah, where does she get all the pigment for that? That's like my question. I'm sorry, that was a tangent. I really
You can't make that much pigment on your own.
No, dude, you can't. Like, no, you can't. Oh man.
I've looked into making watercolor pigment. It is not easy, okay? Like,
I hope that's watercolor. I really do.
Fingers crossed.
Oh man. So, leading into this next one, what would you say is probably your favorite cosplay that you've done?
Oh, definitely Atreus, my boy.
Atreus?
My boy.
What was?
Atreus from God of War 2018. It's actually
Oh!
2 of my pinned posts on my Instagram.
On
of me as Atreus.
Oh!
Yeah,
That's your.
Yeah.
Okay, I can bring that up right here.
that's my boy.
Oh,
That's
that's
my boy.
so cool, boy. Like that. I mean, it's
Yeah,
literally,
literally.
it's.
Literally, every time I run
I
around a
need to
con in him, that's all I get. I hear people yelling at me from across the hall. All I hear is "boy," and
Doing
I'm
their
like,
best Christopher Judge voice. That's actually
yeah,
amazing.
Exactly. Well, I actually have his neck tattoo.
Oh,
I don't know if you can see it.
oh,
Yeah.
I can see that if I look at my big monitor. That's really cool. I've actually been
Yeah,
a big
so-
fan of him ever since Stargate.
Stargate? Do you mean God of War?
No, the guy who voices Kratos now, he was Teal'c in Stargate.
I'm sorry. I thought you were talking about Atreus. That was me.
No, I meant
So
like
sorry.
people doing their Christopher Judge voice. Sorry, no, you're
yes.
talking about Atreus' tattoo. Sorry, that's my.
I got
yeah.
lost in the
No,
sauce.
you're totally good. You're totally good. Yeah, no, I was really happy to see Christopher Judge voicing Kratos, even though I felt bad for the
He
previous
did a
voice actor.
phenomenal job.
What a
Like,
great job.
such a good job.
I think in order to transition Kratos into more of like a family-oriented character, like having that extra, I don't know, like acting depth there, that really helped. Like he did a great job of that.
100%.
Yeah, and I mean, and like on Stargate, he had over a decade experience like playing a character with like repressed emotions who really did care. You know, like yeah, that's perfect. This is really, really impressive. Like, how did I'm really curious about this quiver here. Did you make all of that? Like those arrows, like those are incredibly intricate.
Yeah, so Atreus is my journeyman craftsmanship build. He won Best Journeyman at Calgary Expo this year.
Whoa.
I made and patterned all of him. So literally every piece of him I made and patterned myself.
Amazing.
The quiver itself is just like a tube of EVA foam. And then I did a duct tape and cellophane pattern around it. And then just hodgepodged the fabric together to look like the quiver in the game. And then each of the arrows in there, it's essentially a wooden dowel that I painted with like 3 different layers of stain while sanding in between to get a different gradient.
Whoa.
And then I made the arrowheads individually out of EVA foam. And then the feathers, they're also out of EVA, but they're very specifically like
Really?
the really cheap. Yeah, so they're the dollar store butterflies that you can get because it's too cheap
Whoa.
to take on a heat gun. So when you hit it with a heat gun, they actually curl and they melt, which look like
You can
feathers.
see it. That's amazing.
Yeah, so it's just EVA and paint, and then I glued them on first, and then I hand stitched all of the wrapping between it so that it looked like fletching.
That's so cool. I would not have guessed that was foam. This is the second interview where I've been shocked by something being foam. That looks
so
like
many things are foam.
That's fair, but that looks like some sort of leather or some sort of like actual like feathering. Like that's really, really impressive.
Yeah.
So can you just tell me again the stitching on here? Is that just regular thread? Like, is that like?
So I'm extra.
That's wonderful. We love that here. We're all about that.
It's artist thread, like what you would use for stitching canvas down, and
Oh.
I
Oh.
deconstructed it so that it was thinner, and then I tea stained it so that it wasn't completely white. And then I scrunched it up and tea stained it a second time to model it. And then I let it dry and then I stitched it on because I would not accept having flaringly white canvas stitching on my Atreus costume.
That is the absolute coolest version of extra. Like, that is amazing. Like, yeah, you went above and beyond on that. Wow.
Yeah.
That's so cool.
That's like every inch of my Atreus costume. Like, that little leather hip piece that he has.
Oh, I
That
don't
is
have
a
that on this angle.
full. That's okay. There's very few angles where you can see it well, unfortunately, because it's actually like 90% of it's hidden by his tunic. But it's a full waist satchel that covers 3/4 of my waist, and then in order to get it to lie straight down, I actually cut individual strips of pleather, backed them with linen that I had tea stained, so that again it wasn't like super white. Wove it all together, and I wove it at an angle so that when it hangs straight up, it actually follows the curve of my hip, and all of the stitching lines are straight. And then I hand tacked, I would think it was 187 individual X's on each cross point of it to keep that shape so that it
Wow.
won't shift.
That is incredible.
A little wild, but you see like 10% of it every time I wear him because he's completely covered.
No, but like those details, even if you feel like people can't see them, like those details blow people's mind. Like when they and people do, as somebody who is not a cosplayer and goes to the cons to take pictures, we see those details and you're just like, I mean, you saw my cosplay reviews where we were like looking at everything and like look at this, like, yeah, these are absolutely incredible. So something that I'm really noticing here, before I actually have a very specific question for you, but I want to ask this first before I lose it. I'm looking at this Atreus. There's like some actually pretty impressive, like impressively subtle, like scarring makeup done here. Like, you haven't really talked much about the makeup side of it, but like this is very impressive. I love how restrained it is. It looks very natural. Like, how did you do that? Do you and what kind of like makeup experience do you have?
Yeah, so makeup experience is I bought cheap stuff from the drugstore and I fiddled around until it worked. That's my whole experience.
A true artist.
Right? For Atreus specifically, I don't actually do a lot of makeup with him because I have like a very similar face shape, and from the media source he's from, I don't want to, like, I don't wear foundation for him or concealer because I want to have that natural pore. But I will do like a little bit of contouring just in my brow bone to just kind of get that more hooded effect. And then like a little bit on my upper waterline with like a very light brown shadow, again, just to kind of narrow his eyes a bit. For the scars, it is a brow pencil, and I mark it all out with the brow pencil, and then like really, really light, and then a product called Rigid Collodium. It is a special effects makeup. It literally comes in a little jar like this big.
Okay.
And it smells like nail polish remover.
Okay.
And you literally just paint it on, and what it does is it shrinks and it pulls your skin into it to create the scar.
Oh.
Yeah.
Wow.
And the more layers you do, the deeper the scar. So for Atreus specifically, if I'm on stage with him, I'll do them pretty deep so that you can, like, I'll do like 3 or 4 layers.
Yeah.
And that's because I want you to be able to see it from the back of the room.
Of course.
If I'm doing
And
like a photo shoot, if I do like a photo shoot, it's only going to be like 1 or 2 layers, just because I don't want it to look like I've been carving into my face.
Yeah.
So it kind of depends what I'm doing. Like if you see me at a con with him, he's not in the competition circuit anymore because he placed. But so if you see me at a con with him now, there's only like 1 or 2 layers.
That makes sense too. Like if you're in a controlled environment and you know someone's going to be getting really, really good pictures of you, you don't need to go as hard. Like the subtlety is
Yeah.
what really impressed me the most about this. So like
Mhm.
getting into the one that like I really wanted to ask you, like you mentioned specifically that you cosplay competitively. Like you compete
Yeah.
in this. Like is that kind of your jam? Like how long have you been doing
Yeah.
the competition side?
So I started competing in 2023 with Jinx. And my first
Oh,
competition with
really?
her, I placed. Yeah. So,
First try, huh?
yeah, I was
That's
like, I'm
kind of
going to
your
give this a
thing.
go.
That's kind of your thing, huh? Like, cause your fish bones was definitely a first try winner. Like, yeah.
You just
Continue,
got to
sir.
be slow about it.
Being patient is really good advice. But yeah, please continue.
Yeah, so I competed with her at OdaFest. That's actually the one that won is the second build I made. I made what I get to lovingly call my garbage Jinx in
Oh.
2022 when I got back into cosplay.
Hmm.
No, my first version of Jinx is terrible. I made the shirt in 20 minutes, okay?
I know if I scroll down anymore, it'll cut me off. But I'm gonna bring up a few pictures of your
You
Jinx
won't
cosplay
be
later.
able to find her. I've deleted pictures of
Okay.
her because like it was it was me stepping foot back into the con scene.
Mm-hmm.
Like Animathon, it was the first year back after like COVID.
Mm-hmm.
And so like I was working 40 hours a week and I found out it was coming back 2 weeks before the con and I was like, I'm not showing up to a con without a cosplay. And so I made her. I think in total I spent 15 hours making her.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas Jinx that you see now, the top alone took almost 30 hours. So very different levels.
Yeah.
But I remade her all, competed at OdaFest in 2023, placed Best Novice, which automatically
Wow.
bumped me into the next category, which is
Yep.
Journeyman.
Yeah.
Um, I did a really quick build just because I wanted to walk the stage again for Edmonton Expo that year as well. And then the next competition I did was GameCon of 2024 in like Atreus. I didn't place, but I wanted to upgrade him, so I spent the rest of 2024 upgrading him, and then I competed him at Calgary Expo and won Best Journeyman.
Wow.
Yeah,
Congratulations.
thank you.
That really ties in. Like when you were describing, you're like the amount of work you put into that pouch, and you're like, yeah, people like don't even see it. Storyteller commented, those details win cosplay contests, and like,
Yeah.
look at you go. Like, yeah, like that's incredible work.
Well, the stitching on the side that you also don't get to see of Atreus, like on the side of his inner tunic, it's actually beige artist string that I dyed with watercolors. I dyed it navy because
Oh wow.
in 3 specific reference shots,
Yeah.
the stitching on his tunic is navy. And I was like, why does this idiot have blue stitching? Do you know how expensive blue dye was in
That
this
would
time
have been.
period?
That's so cool. Well, that's probably why. And just showing off,
Yeah.
flexing a little. I mean, Kratos is like,
Literally.
the boy will be well dressed.
Yeah,
I'll
when
yeah,
I am the son of a god, I deserve blue dye.
yeah, exactly, right? Kratos probably just beat somebody up and took it. Like just.
You're right. There was no exchange of currency.
Oh man, no, that is very very impressive. Like honestly, just
Yeah.
looking through your Instagram, the thing that blows me away the most is that almost every character in every picture, it looks like a different person cosplaying that
Yeah,
character. Like
that's my goal.
you don't, it doesn't look like the same cosplayer. I have like every once in a while, I'm not gonna lie, like I had to just quickly double check. I'm just like, okay, let's make sure I'm not showing the wrong pictures here. A couple like it's incredible. Now
Thank you.
I notice you have pictures of like the Baldur's Gate 3 group down here. Were you a part of that
Those are
group?
my friends.
Okay, those are your friends.
So
Are you
those
one
are
of
my friends.
these people?
No, I'm not
Okay,
one of
I didn't
them.
think so because I was like, but I can't tell anymore because like the difference between this, and this. If you told me you were one of these people, like you could have pulled it off. Like I wouldn't have known. But yeah, sorry, continue because I saw this
This is
group
okay.
and I was so impressed with them. I loved this group.
those are my friends. We did there's like a trending like audio, which I still think is hilarious. So I try to do it at every con because I think it's the funniest thing. Where it's like everybody's putting their hands in a circle and it's like ding, 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 and then the last hand it zooms out and they're like, no, 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 not you, Seamus.
No.
Yeah. And so that was me. We did that in Jinx. So it was them from Baldur's
Oh.
Gate and then me, Jinx, super sad.
Oh, we can't have. No, you can't join the party. Like, no, we're not.
Yeah.
Like, take. That's so good. I'm so glad I paused and let you to finish this. That's so good. even Gail, the walking bomb, is like, yeah, no. Sorry, continue, please. I didn't mean.
No, sorry.
What did you say? Say that again.
One Piece group. We did it as a One Piece group too, so it was like 5 One Piece cosplayers, and then me as Atreus. So like you see like all these pretty manicured hands for like the Robin and the Nami, and then you see like the normal Luffy hands, and then you just see me with my glove and the tattoos, and the no, not you, Seamus. It's this stupid little boy.
That's poor.
He's so happy.
Atreus just caught a stray round. What? Poor little guy just got hit. Like, I didn't deserve that. Like, oh my god.
It makes me so happy. They try to do it at every con. I will like
really
hunt
like
cosplayers down.
I really like that.
Yeah,
that's so good. Oh, the idea of even the idea of even Asterion, the aspiring war crime. Not even like no, he's the one who's aspiring to be a war crime. And Gale, the walking bomb, and Shadowheart, the I can go with whatever. Like they're all being like, not you though, Jinx. Like we don't.
Exactly. And the context just makes it so much better. Yeah. And like my friends have gotten used to me doing this, so I'll be like, hey, do you want to film a video? They know exactly what I'm talking about, and they'll be like, an opportunity to bully Pocket? Absolutely.
You want to do the thing? Let's do the thing. Like, yeah, that's exactly. So good. Oh wow, that's amazing. That's really impressive. Oh man, I have to look at the list again because I got so sidetracked off questions. Like I've got to. Yeah, we've got to get into this. Oh man. So, perfect. This is perfect time. Off the top of your head, what is the best piece of cosplay advice that you have ever been given?
Oh, this one's super easy.
Okay.
Fail. That's it.
I like it.
Because you have to, especially with cosplay, there's so many different skills. You're not going to be good your first time. You're not going to be good your second time. You're going to make things that look bad. Just be okay with sucking and failing because that's how you learn. Like the amount of things that I've completely remade, like because the first time I tried it, it was just not good. And I didn't like it because I did something wrong. I was just learning a new skill. Like just be okay with failing because it doesn't mean you're bad. Yeah. You're just learning. Yeah.
That is very sage advice. Like, no, thank you for that. You. Like, yeah, no, I like that. Like, what is the? I know that every time there's some quote attributed to like some famous person, it's like, you should probably look into it because it might be bullshit. But that whole like you know, with the invention of the light bulb thing, like, you know, I never failed. I learned 200 ways not to make a light bulb before I figured it, which is probably entirely bullshit. But like, I like that sentiment. Like that's the best way to really look at it. That's absolutely, that the sentiment is not bullshit. It's the real deal. Yeah, I have terrible streams all the time, and then I have really good ones. You know, like.
And then you learn, and you're like, oh, well, this is what I could have done differently, or oh, I know not to do this again. You know. And
to follow that up, we are always our own worst critics. Like sometimes, sometimes the streams that I think are terrible, people really like, and sometimes like the things that we make that we hate, sometimes other people like really like them. So like, it is what it is.
Exactly. There are days where I put on Jinx and I'm like, man, why do people like this? It looks so bad. I don't. I'm just having a bad day, you know?
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. And yeah, especially with Jinx being so impressive. And you know it's good because it's won awards. It's certified good.
Exactly. Sometimes I'll like pull Atreus out of my closet and I'm like, who gave me an award? And it's like, you hush. You don't know what you're talking about.
Nah, you earned it. Nah, you definitely earned it.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, exactly. What's a piece of advice that you wish somebody had gave you?
I wish somebody told me, because like before I took my very long break, because when I was like 18, 19 when I first started getting into cosplay,
Mm-hmm.
and like I had a very unhealthy mentality
Oh,
towards it. Like I was very much in a space where I wasn't doing it for me. I was
okay.
looking for external validation. And
And
not in like I wanted people to think I was pretty, but like I so desperately wanted to be cool that
yeah,
I was using cosplay to like prove that I was cool. And taking that break, even if it was like a forced break, really kind of helped reset my mindset that
that's good.
it doesn't matter, like just do things that make you happy because they make you happy,
Yeah,
not because you're chasing something,
yeah.
and I wish somebody had like given me a good shake and been like, what are you doing, you weird little
Oh, it
dude.
does. That's also like yeah. That's also really really good advice. Like, thank you for that. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, like, and everybody, like, I feel like everybody falls into that. Like, even now, like, you'll
Hmm.
kind of slide into it where you're looking for that external validation. It's not a bad thing. People are people, right?
Well,
Like,
you
we all
want,
want to feel valid
of
and
course, you want external
appreciated,
validation.
right?
Yeah, like look at all
Yeah,
the work you put into this. You deserve external validation, but like
yeah.
you can't let
If
it
that's the only
consume you.
reason, though, then you're just gonna
Exact.
crash and burn, right?
Especially when like I can tell by looking at just having your Insta up here right here. Like I can tell like you're a very detail oriented person with this. And like yeah, if you're somebody who is that detail oriented, I've noticed can either like excel at it like this and have a great time, or they can tear themselves up if they're just
Yeah,
looking for that. And like yeah, like it sounds like you found a really really good healthy medium for that, which is what you want, man. Like you deserve to
I
get some
found my place,
yeah, dude.
100%.
That's fantastic. Yeah, that's fantastic. Um, all right. I'm always scared to get into these. I like sandwiching them in between like the fun ones here because like I do think it's important. But
Yeah.
like let's start off here. What would you say has been the best convention experience you've had?
So this one happened in Atreus.
Okay.
So at Calgary Expo on the Thursday,
Okay.
I competed on Saturday, but on the Thursday, this really young cosplayer
Mhm.
found me. I want to say she was like maybe 15 tops. Like she
Mhm.
was like getting her toes wet, like loving the medium and like just exploring her space. And she found me and she was like, "Oh my God, are you pocket sized cosplay?" And I was like, "Yes." And she
Oh.
had apparently been following me for like a year and a half. And she was dressed up as like Leia. And she was like, "Oh my God, like I love your Jinx. I'm so glad I finally found you. Like I've been not in like a weird stalker way, but like I've been
No.
trying to find you at a con for like a
Yeah.
year." And I was like, "Oh my God." So we took a picture. She was super, super sweet. She asked me a bunch of questions about fish bones and then she left. But she actually showed up to watch me compete as a Treyas. And
Oh.
so I got on that stage, got my award, and I was like disassociating, like, oh my God, what just happened? And she was dressed up as a season two Jinx with a pow pow that she made out of cardboard. And I
Oh.
got to sit at the end of the stage right after I won with her pow pow in my lap as she like flip flopped between gushing about how happy she was to see me win and how excited she was to show me her pow pow that she
Oh.
had made. And I was just like, my life can't get any better than this.
My
Like,
cheeks hurt from
here's this,
smiling.
yeah, like I'm like, here's this like little kid who's just like so inspired from me just doing things that I think are fun. And like I just had this big validation moment and now she's sitting here getting this big validation moment from me because like I'm someone for some reason that she looks up
Yeah.
to the point that she's just telling me how cool her pow pow is and how cool I am, and I'm sitting here with this pow pow in my lap and I'm like, oh my God, you're adorable. And like I'll never have something that cool again.
Oh,
And it was
wow.
so good.
That is an amazing. That's so good, dude. There was
Like,
a
I'm gonna
sec.
think about that for the rest of my life. I'm gonna
Yeah,
die with that, you
yeah,
know?
you are. That's amazing, and you deserve it. That's incredible. That's somebody who was legitimately inspired by your work and like was happy to meet you.
Right?
Like, yeah, like we've talked about this. I think it's come up at least once every interview, but like, yeah, you earned that. Like that was amazing. Like, good for them too.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well, like I was able to give her the space too, where she could talk about a
yeah.
project that she was happy with, and now she has somebody who like she sees her as up here, right?
Hmm.
And I can just look at her and be like, "Your pow pow's so freaking cool. Tell me how you made it." You know?
You're a mentor now.
It's, it's so good.
Oh, yep, yep. You're somebody's mentor now. That's
Yeah,
actually
exactly.
that's really amazing.
Yeah,
That's something you should be really proud of too. That's so cool. Damn,
it's my
dude.
favorite.
Oh no,
It's my
thank you
favorite
so
thing.
much. I'm so happy you shared that one with us. And like, yeah, it's time to get into the one question that's always the awkward one, but I do
Yeah.
think there's a lot of value of going through it. So like within your comfort level, like whatever you're comfortable sharing, like what would you say has been your worst convention experience?
So like this one kind of it started at the convention, but it finished offline.
Oh, okay.
um,
Yep.
yeah. So I was with like a group of friends. We were cosplaying as Chainsaw Man,
Okay, nice.
and yeah, we had like we it was I was Makima. We had a power. We had an Aki. We had like Genji slash Chainsaw Man, and then we had an Angel Devil,
Greatest
and like
hits.
yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. And we were having a great time. And like a photographer found us and was like, "Oh, you guys look really cool. Can we take some pictures?" And I will, when I'm at a con, if I don't know the photographer,
Mm-hmm.
I bring friends because I
Yep.
don't trust anybody until I know you.
Yeah, I don't blame you. I don't blame you at all. Yep.
Yeah, and but I was like, "Oh, I'm with a group. Four of them are big dudes. I'm fine. Let's go."
Yeah.
So all five of us trundled away. We got our pictures taken. Didn't think anything of it, and the photographer like pulled me back and was like, "Oh, I'm so and so," and I introduced myself, and he was like, "Oh, I've seen your Jinx. I've really been wanting to shoot with you," and I was like, "Oh, well, like I always shoot at cons, so like you're always welcome to find me at conventions," and he was like, "No, I very specifically want to shoot with you outside of a convention off con grounds," and I was like, "Well, like we'll see," and I went back with my
Mm,
buddies,
mm-hmm.
and
Mm-hmm.
then like a couple months later he sent the pictures back, and I'm super okay with other people editing their pictures however they want. They're your pictures. If you have things with your body that you want to edit because that makes you feel happy, that's your business. You do you. I fully support it.
Of
But
course.
for me and my pictures, I don't altering my body. I have like a lot of like little dots on my face. I don't cover them with makeup because I like them. So I don't want
As
somebody
you
to like
should.
throw a filter on there to get rid of them, right?
Of course.
Yeah. Well, this person had not only he changed the color of my wig, he changed the color of my contacts. He completely like filtered my skin to like porcelain. Like it was smooth. There was
Oh
nothing.
no.
He increased the size of my chest. He
Of
decreased the size of my waist and increased the size of my hips. And at no point
what the
did he like
fuck?
go, "Hey, is this okay? Do you want these edits?"
That's
So yeah. And like I'm a very small person. There's not a lot to take away, buddy. You really didn't have to.
that's
So I
fucking
like
crazy.
I called him on it and I like very politely messaged him and I was like, "Hey, I think there's been a miscommunication with like your editing style and my editing wants. I
Yeah.
don't particularly like when my body is edited or my skin
Wow.
or like things that I have
Yeah, no
intentionally done with
kidding.
my costume changed."
It's creepy as hell.
Um exactly. It's
It's
weird.
super
It's weird.
fucking
That's
weird.
a conversation you should be having with a person before you do those edits.
I think
And
I was gonna
but
say I think
he
the
lost
desire
it.
to edit a stranger's photos like that is weird all by itself before
Right?
even without the conversation. But like, continue, please.
But he lost it, and he tried to argue with me that the only thing he had done was costume edits because my shirt was baggy. And I was like, buddy, you took a whole chunk out of me. Like, it was like
What
a
the
6-inch
hell?
dip. That's not a
It's like those
costume edit.
memes of the pictures where you can see the tiles warped in the background, right? Like that.
No, exactly. Well, and so
Yeah,
I
that is
I
super
was like,
inappropriate.
no.
Yeah.
Well, and then he sent me like the unedited pictures where he had still, like, the beauty filters were still on, the wig was still a different color, the contacts were still a different color, but like my body wasn't altered, and I overlaid them because I'm nosy. And he gave me the tools to do it, so I overlaid the photos, and it was not a costume edit. It was a full, like, 6-inch chunk taken in, and like
Wow.
an on my chest and my hips, and I was like, don't you lie to me, sir. I know what you did, you creepy man.
That is so, yeah, genuinely weird and gross behavior was the quote in chat, and I definitely agree with that.
Yeah.
That is so weird. That, like, God damn it.
Just wild.
Like,
Really wild.
can I don't even know where to start with that. Like, the desire to do that in the first place is creepy as hell. I
Yeah.
will say and of course they lost it because they got called out and they were embarrassed, right? And it's just deny.
Exactly.
Like, yeah, no, exact. Wow. Because
Yeah.
these people are always cowards. They're always so
100%.
scared. Like, if they're so worried they're gonna get like noticed. Like, they're worried of having a crowd look at them. Like,
Yeah.
yep. And I think honestly, I usually think that's the best medicine for that, is just like get a crowd of people being like, what the hell's wrong with you? And they don't know how to handle it. But
Well, and that's exactly the thing. It's like 9 times out of 10, this kind of behavior is because, and I don't blame people who let it slide, because it's very hard to confront this, right? Especially depending like how you're raised,
and you
or
shouldn't
like
have to.
And you shouldn't have to.
It's no one's response. Yeah,
people don't
exactly.
get it.
Yeah.
Yeah. But people don't get confronted about this, so when someone does, they have that instant panic, and it's like, good, you should panic. You should think about your actions, actually.
Yeah, maybe you should be a little bit afraid of being called out. Like, yeah, exactly,
Yeah.
dude. Like, man, I never do anything in a public space that like that I wouldn't want to get called out for. You know, like, it's not that hard. It's free. It actually doesn't cost you anything to just be like a decent person. That's the crazy thing. Like, it's totally, but it can cost you a lot to not be a decent person, and as it should.
Well, and what I will say too is, like, from my experience at least, I've had more issues online than I ever have actually at a con. Like, Jinx it's a very open top. Like, you're seeing a lot in that top because that's her design, right?
Yeah, she's a very free, like, character. Like,
exactly. But in a real person space, and I've cosplayed Jinx since 2022. I've literally only had, from then until now, 2 issues.
That's good.
But balloons now. You're welcome.
Hey, we're talking about Jinx. They just fit. It's fine. Like, don't worry about it. Like,
but online with her, wild.
Really?
Wild. I've had people like this. I will say this. I think is very funny. Like, to me personally, I think this is funny. I have had Reddit comments dissolve into arguments about whether or not I am a boy or a girl. And I think it's hilarious.
Yep. That's a great way to view that stuff. Because, first of all, who the fuck cares? We're talking about a cosplay. Like, I will admit, like, okay, I know I'm not trying to make any sort of, like, weird stand here or anything like that. I legitimately am, like, a very weird person to have this conversation with, because, like, I in a lot of ways, I'm pretty blind to a lot of that stuff. I don't like. I work a little differently in my head. I don't think about that when I meet somebody. There is no
matter in a cosplay either.
It doesn't affect me.
In a cosplay.
Yeah, exactly. And I know, like, not everybody. I mean, I could really care less about, like, anybody's like personal nature. Exactly. But I know not everyone's like me, you know. Like, I know not everybody is as, like, very neutral that way, but like, I genuinely don't get it. I don't understand like seeing something like that, and you need to know, like, that speaks to me
Right?
of like an inner insecurity. It's like the people who are getting all upset about that football team in the States that hired a male
Yeah.
cheerleader, and
Yeah. Why?
yeah, who cares? It's like, okay, but like you're still
You got a
staring.
cheerleader?
Yeah, you're.
Perfect.
But even if you have a problem, it's like, oh, I don't like male cheerleaders. It's like, okay, but why are you staring at the one in the 20
Yeah.
in the 20 of them? Like, I don't
Right.
understand it. Like, I
You
don't
can
know.
literally look away, look slightly to the left. You
Yeah,
know.
exactly.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know, man. Whenever I think people have a problem with stuff like that, I really think they're kind of outing themselves in a lot of ways. Like, there's a
Yeah.
projection going on there. I mean, like, I don't know. That's so bizarre. But like, I
And
get
also
it.
just imagine how much you're analyzing that picture, trying to figure it out. Like if it matters to you that much,
Enhance.
back away.
Yeah,
Don't
no.
touch grass.
Yeah,
Genuinely.
exactly. Yep, no,
Like
for
the
sure.
picture on.
No, for sure. And like, it's especially crazy because like, I don't get how some people, like, they need to know, and they might not even
Yeah.
consider like the person they're asking about might not really know. This might be on a learning curve for them too. They're like, I don't know, man. Like, I just like, and
We're
I
also
don't.
sitting there going, we're also confused. We don't know either.
But like, oh my goodness, expecting, but feeling like you're entitled to that kind of information, like, I don't know,
Yeah.
dude. Yeah, I will
The internet's
say,
so strange.
yeah, it is. It is. Well, people are so strange, and they're even stranger when they
Yeah.
have a mask on. Like, yeah,
True.
I will say that like, those are. So, oh man, oh, sorry, I got distracted for a second. Those are
You're good.
like, those are like both entirely unnecessary, like awful examples. But I will say that I'm really glad that it doesn't sound like it doesn't sound like anyone's ever been like too nasty with you. Like, I'm really glad that you've had like some like a good time overall.
It's because I have very firm boundaries,
That's
right?
important.
And like,
Good for you.
well, and that's the thing too. And it's hard. Like boundaries aren't easy, and it can be hard when somebody tries to cross them because like
Yeah.
I can't stop somebody from disrespecting my boundary. My choice at that point is to leave the situation,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And so being able to be in a place where you are comfortable
Yeah.
with removing yourself from the situation, it's a hard point to get at. But I'm thankfully there where I do have the space and the capacity to be like, no, I said no,
Good for
and then
you.
remove myself. Yeah, and like I will preach about it till the day I die, but I think people need to like curate their social media space essentially like so much more aggressively than they do. Like I don't have con drama with people because I don't have time for that. I will block
Exactly.
you till the day is long. I don't care. That's
Oh
your
no, of
business.
course.
Like,
Yeah. No,
I'm
absolutely.
here to be a little guy in a costume. I
That's
don't know what you're
amazing.
doing, but that's your business.
Hell yeah, and you're very good at it, and you should just keep being good at it and not let that stuff get in the way. Like, no,
Right?
that's fantastic. Oh no, of course. Like, I don't have any social media that doesn't have to do with stream. Like my stuff is all just through my online name, and I'm really happy with that. I think that's like a healthy place
Yeah.
for me, like, yeah, no, good for you. When you were talking about boundaries, like, I am so happy to hear you talking about that, because like, yeah, that's really, really important, and know what they are beforehand, like before they get tested. Be like, hey, I'm not okay with this, and if somebody tries to cross this, like, I'm already prepared to say no. Like, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, like I've had people, and like I totally understand like the meme culture behind this and the space behind this, where like people will come up to me, especially in Jinx. They love doing it to me in Jinx and be like, "Hey, will you step on me for a picture?" And I know a lot of people are super cool with that.
Yeah.
For me,
But you don't
I'm
have to
not,
be.
and I've never had someone be mean to me about it.
Yeah.
We've always found a compromise. Like I've always been like, I can flip you off for a picture. I can shoot you with my gun for a picture. You can put your head in Fishbones' mouth for a picture. Like, we have options.
Yeah.
I do not wish to step on you. And people have always been like, oh, yeah, let's do this.
Amazing.
So it's been great all around. And I think it's
Yeah.
because, especially, the con space is really inclusive.
It
And so
really
a lot
is.
of people do understand,
That's my favorite
hey,
thing
I'm
about
not
it.
comfy with that, you
Yeah.
know? So there's a lot of people who are really, really good about it.
Of course. Oh, that's great. We talked. This exact thing came up when we were talking with Zenpai,
Mhm.
like the exact same requests, and like it is usually just like a totally innocent negotiation. It's like, hey, are you cool with this? Oh, you're
Okay.
not. Never mind. Like, yeah, like I.
Yep.
That's so good to hear, man. Like,
It's always gone really, really well when people have asked, and I've been like, for me, but I totally hear it's not a weird thing for you, but like this is for me, and I'll be like, here are your options, and they'll like happily pick. It's great.
wonderful, and that's how it should be. Like
Yeah,
exactly. Like they should feel safe to ask that question, and but you should feel totally safe to not be cool with it, and that's kind of
yeah,
beautiful, man. Like that's a beautiful thing, dude. Like
yep,
I that's what I love about cons. Like yeah,
right.
exactly, exactly. Oh goodness. Oh, there was something that I was just about to ask, and I just lost it there with that one. That was pretty good. Oh damn.
It'll come back, hopefully.
Yeah. If it was important, I guess. Give me
Yep,
one
that's
second.
always my rule with them too. If it's important, it'll come back to us.
It'll come back as soon as I get off call with you, and I'll be really, really upset. You know. Okay.
That's how it always goes, right?
Oh, I know, right? It's like, you wake up the next morning and like, oh, I know what I should have said in that argument. That would have been really good. You know, like
Yeah.
this extension of that.
Like, why?
I do actually want to ask though, what are some cosplays you're thinking about doing in the future?
Right now, I'm working on a very, very fancy Scanlan from Critical Role.
Oh, okay. We're getting into
Yeah,
Critical Role characters now. That's very
yeah.
cool.
I have watched not like the animation, but the
Hmm.
actual campaign
Yeah.
probably 8 times for
Oh,
season
damn.
one.
Wow. So season one,
Yeah,
that was when I was most into Critical Role.
yeah.
I
So like,
watched I watched all of the first campaign, and when I couldn't keep up with second, that's when I fell out because I couldn't just watch it in chunks. If, like out of order, it wasn't
that's
the
fair.
same.
Oh, see, I will watch it on repeat, like just like crazy. Like
It's your
I
office.
literally, it literally, I
Oh,
watched the first campaign for 250 hours while building Atreus,
that's
like just
amazing.
nonstop. I killed through 250 hours in a month.
That's
Like I just,
amazing. Let's continue here because I remembered a question that I really wanted to ask you. I'm really curious about the answer to this. What is the cosplay for you like that has been like the worst experience? Like what is a cosplay that you thought like is there one you regretted doing or one that was the most frustrating to build? And which one was it?
there's definitely two of them for like two very different reasons.
Okay.
I did a human version of Foy Coco from Pokemon.
Which one's Fueco?
And
Is that from I lost track of Pokemon after Gen 3.
it's from the newest one that came out,
Okay.
with the Galaxy Lizard, Sword and Shield, I
Oh,
think.
it's Orange. Okay,
Um,
gotcha.
and it's like a little red apple themed dinosaur,
Okay.
that a lot of people were like obsessed with, and I really liked the design.
Foucault. Okay,
And I
got him.
decided,
I just brought him up
yeah.
on stream. Okay, the little
So
apple dino. Oh,
little apple dinosaur. He's
cute.
so freaking cute.
He's really
I
cute.
love him so much.
I love his his
Um,
energy.
right? It's a little guy. It's a little guy. It
Oh,
works.
look at it. Yeah, it's perfect. That does work.
Yeah. So I made the costume,
Hmm.
and like I did the wig. I wanted to do like a little like school, like Japanese uniform schoolboy design. So like
Aw.
I made like a little pair of red overalls with a little yellow cheese slice for like the front pocket, and a
Aw.
little
It
for,
does
like,
look like a
overall.
cheese slice.
Right? So like I made it all, and I was super happy with like how the build itself came together, and like
Uh
the wig, and I had like a little bucket hat with his stupid little like
huh.
hair flakes sticking up. And I got to my buddy's place, put it all on, and I actually got like super bad body dysphoria wearing him.
Oh.
Like I felt so terrible in him, and I literally took it off and never wore him again. Like he made it to one convention. I didn't take any pictures. Like I was not having a good time with it.
No, he
Um,
wasn't for you, and you weren't comfortable. totally respect
Exactly,
that.
and like
Yep.
that's okay too. Like it
Yeah.
sucks a little bit with the time and the effort in, but like also recognizing that something does not work the way you need it to,
Yeah.
it's okay, you
Of
know?
course.
So there was that one, and then actually, I did not like cosplaying Makima. So
Really?
yeah, I ended up doing 2 conventions with her and then 2 or 3 photo shoots with her, and like I got a lot of feedback from like my friends and the people around me that like I made a really really good Makima. But what I found from like cosplaying her is, though I enjoyed the design and I really liked doing the group with my friends, the fan version of her and how I like to cosplay did not mesh well.
Interesting.
So, like, I'd go to a convention, and because, like, a lot of people, like, the whole, like, Dami Mommy kind of
Yep.
situation,
Yep.
right?
Yep.
That's not my particular
No,
vibes.
not your thing.
And yeah, so a lot of that
Yep.
fan
Yep.
interaction
Yep.
from it, I was like, I think this is not for me, and that's okay.
You didn't
So
enjoy the
I did
meta.
a Exactly.
Yep.
So had fun with it, and then I was like, I never want to. Like, I actually kind of don't like cosplaying her. And then also too, the contacts. I was completely blind in those
Oh.
contacts because they had. I actually used Rengoku cosplays because I wanted my Makima to be a little bit different. So it was a red circle and then a really big yellow circle and then a mesh overlay, which
Oh,
means that
wow.
my vision was limited to just shapes.
That's
Um,
amazing. That must have been so disorienting.
you get used to seeing in just shapes, and like typically I only have about 2 feet of vision at a con anyway, so I am used to shapes. But it did result in like the funniest experience where I was on a mission. I was by myself. I don't know why my friends let me blind wander the vendor hall by myself, but I was like, I need snacks. I'm going to get snacks. And I'm like blind, and there's some vendor who keeps yelling at me, and I know it's him because I've circled like 5 times looking for snacks. Makima, I have a statue of you, and I'm like, I can't see it, bro. I'm like trying to find snacks, and I see 2 vague Genshin Impact silhouettes. Like
You can tell the Genshin silhouette. Yep, that's fair. It's spiky and
like,
detailed.
It's spiky, it's detailed, it's way too much fabric.
Yep. It's spiky and curvy. That's a Genshin character. That's how they work. Yeah.
And I saw them and I was like, I think those are my vague Genshin Impact shadows. Like beeline to them, and I was like, the ghost, and they were like Pocket, and I was like, you need to help me find snacks. I can't see, and I was circling for like half an hour.
You weren't sure if it was your friends.
No, I had no idea. I was like, I think those are mine. They might not be mine. There's a lot of Genshin. They might not be mine, but I think those ones are. And then we got snacks.
Then you got, hey, that had a happy ending. Then you got snacked.
Exactly. Exactly. I was abandoned for snacks. I found different friends than the ones that like I left to go find snacks. Acquired snacks, and then those friends led me back to my original friends.
This is the second time that my cheeks have really hurt from smiling in this interview. It's legitimately painful in a good way. That's so funny.
I'm glad I can bring you pain and joy.
Oh yeah. So, quick little tangent here while we're on the topic, and then I have another thing I've actually wanted to ask for a bit, and I kept forgetting to. But I say that to remind myself. But a quick little tangent while we're on it. What's your favorite convention food? Because I was so impressed with one of the things at AnimeThon this year that was pretty much all I ate the whole weekend.
So I am the worst for taking care of myself at conventions.
Same.
I will genuinely
Preach.
forget to eat for hours.
Uh-huh.
And the problem is I don't eat breakfast.
Neither do I. Crazy.
Perfect.
Yep. Uh-huh.
You understand.
Uh-huh.
But my buddy always has a giant army backpack full of snacks. And he decides
jealous.
when I'm eating for me, so he'll open it up and
That's a good friend.
goldfish, There will be fruit cups. There will
What?
be beef jerky. There will
What?
be Gatorade, juice boxes. He has everything. He has hot glue.
Oh my
He
god.
has extra adhesive. Like literally, he's stacked. I love this man.
Oh
And
yeah, I would too. What the hell?
So I don't eat at conventions unless I'm with my cosplay buddy Green Lotus Cosplay because that man
Oh,
keeps me alive. Without
what
that
a
man, I'm
legend.
dead.
What a
Yeah, truly.
legend.
Truly. He's
Oh
so
my
good.
god. If I was
Hand
like,
sanitizer, he baby
oh,
wipes, he
oh,
everything. If
so
you need something,
sweet.
he has it. He has moleskin for when you have like blisters on your feet, like
Oh my
saving
god.
grace. And then my other friend
What a legend.
has like a little bag of just like emergency medications and has like everything from like rollbacks to Advil, Tylenol, antihistamines, like the whole 9 yards. Like if you need a medication, it's in there. Like so I don't eat at cons. I have friends. They make me eat.
That's amazing. That is absolutely amazing. Um, well, I'll share mine right quick. It's the same, dude. Like I wake up and I go until I'm really hungry, and it's like, okay, shit,
Yeah.
it's time to eat something at the con. Like I can't just, do this all day. But I was so incredibly impressed with like the basic burgers that they were selling at like the food truck outside, like right on like the patio area there, like the big
Yeah.
concrete pad. That basic burger, it was so cheap and it was so good and filling. I was like, this is a better deal than any fast food place within walking distance. I was like, I'm used to getting ripped off with
Right?
convention
At a
food.
con?
I'm used to
Absolutely.
getting like ripped off at convention. I was like, this is a better deal than anything I could get within walking distance. That was all I ate the whole weekend. I ate like like 4 of those a day.
There's also the food court at Canada
Yep.
Place that you
Yep.
can just walk to. Like it's
Oh
just
yeah.
down a hall.
Yeah.
Yeah, so like Animathon is one of the nicest venues for that. I will also say too, like just it has some accessibility issues just because of the way the venue's designed with like
Yeah.
the elevator.
The
And
way the
stuff
Shaw,
like that.
I mean, the conventions. Yeah.
Exactly. Like it's not Animathon specific. It is just like a downside of the venue.
The building's built on a cliff. The whole building is
Yeah,
stairs. Yes.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, the whole
And
building is stairs.
So, but I will say, like, the water stations, phenomenal. They have
Yes.
saved my butt more times than I can count. There's food and drinks inside vendors hall. There's
Yep.
Canada Place if you need
Yep.
like a meal that way. There's the food trucks. Like the amount of options that
Yep.
you have with that are budget friendly.
You were the first person to mention that, and I'm so glad you did, because I have never mentioned that on stream, and that's one of the real strengths of this convention. Those water stations, I'm so impressed with those. Because, like, for those of you who don't know, next time I'm at Anime, I'm going to take pictures of a water station. I've never had the urge to do that. But they have these, so for those of you who haven't seen it, they have these it's always in groups of 2, these 2 massive blue, like, cooler totes that are filled with water. I don't know how many gallons,
It's ice water.
and it's full of ice.
not
Exactly. The whole thing is packed full of ice. It's like a quarter filled with solid ice, just like the shaved ice, but it's this quarter filled with ice. Honestly, it's so cold it encourages you not to drink it fast. It will mess you up. It is actually like it burns. It's so cold. It actually, but like they're everywhere. It's like every like probably 400 or 500 feet throughout the whole convention, you can find one of these water stations, and they're always filling them. They're always filling, like, everybody, they do an amazing job. Like, the staff is like really incredible at this con particularly. Like, damn, dude. Yeah.
Well, and Odafest in Calgary also has water stations.
Mm-hmm.
Apparently, Edmonton Expo and Calgary Expo have water stations, but I've never seen them.
I bet you they're counting the fountains that are built into that building as the water stations.
Yeah, I bet you that's it.
Which they're only in the main hall.
Yeah.
And I mean the hallway, not the convention hall. They're in the main hallway.
It's always full of people.
Yeah, packed. Yeah, but to be fair, they do have the fountains there. Probably every 250 feet in that hall, they've got a set of 2 fountains, like a child size height one and an adult size height one. But it's only in that one hall. That's it. And the water is like
tepid.
Well, if you want to buy a bottle of water, I mean, like, you better take out a loan. Like,
Yeah. I think it was like $6 during
I thought
Gamescom
it was
to
like,
get water.
I think at Expo, I don't quote me on this, but I think at
Yeah.
Expo last year it was like closer to $10. I think it was like something
Why?
ridiculous. I think it was like $7 or like $7.50 for a bottle of water at Expo, and I was like, you can go to hell. Like, I'm not buying, I'm not paying that. I will die before I pay that much for a bottle.
I
Like,
will take my dehydration and I will like it.
it's like, no, man, I'm good. Yeah, no, I'll get a cup and fill up the cup at the fountain before I do that. Like, no, I don't think so.
I'd rather go to the washroom and fill it up from the washroom hand fountains than pay $7.
That's fair. I think I just wouldn't drink water for a few hours compared to that one. Like, that might be pushing it for me. I'll be honest. That one's yeah.
I respect it.
Yeah, no, for sure. Oh man, what's your favorite con you've ever gone to?
Otafest, for sure.
Otafest?
I
Where
love
is that?
Otafest.
Everyone tells me I should go to Otafest. Where the hell is that?
It's in Calgary, and so they
Okay.
actually have it. It's like an open air con essentially because
Okay.
they use all of Stephen Avenue. So they use the TELUS Convention Center,
Wow.
and then the street underneath.
Mhm.
And like I just love the atmosphere of Otafest, and like it's great for taking pictures like on the street too. Like you can get some really interesting environments from there, like just on the street. And then there's like Olympic Plaza, like literally just like a 2-minute walk that way, and then a church 2 minutes, like 2 minutes past that.
I know where
So,
this is now. Okay. I don't know
Yeah.
Calgary as well as I know Edmonton, but as soon as you said it's with, okay, I know where that is now. Okay.
Yeah.
That's quite a venue. That's impressive.
Yeah. And like the staff there's always like super, super kind and super friendly. And like I just really like the community aspect for like Otafest specifically. Like it's one of my favorite cons. I will go there every year until I keel over, you know?
I really hope to go there. I really hope to go and check that one out. Like that, yeah. That's amazing.
It's great. Well, and you
Nice.
get more cosplayers too, because a lot of folks who can't necessarily afford a ticket price will still show up because you can interact with people on the street in cosplay.
That's
so
a
it's
really
really
good
easy
point.
for lots of folks. Yeah.
That's
so you'll
super
get
cool.
more cosplayers and more diversity too.
I really noticed there's such a like cool dynamic at different cons. Like the example that I mean, they're the only two cons that I go to, so I have to use these two. But like the example like of like at Animathon in Edmonton, you see the percentage of the crowd that's cosplaying is way higher. It's like it's more than half. It's like more than half of the attendees are in cosplay. It's getting to the point. This year was the strongest year I've ever seen. Like ever since I started going to Animathon. But this year it was getting to the point where it was like probably like 65% of the people I saw in the crowd were cosplaying, if not more than that. That's phenomenal. But then if you go to Edmonton Expo, it's definitely it's substantially less than half of the people that are cosplaying at Expo. But the ones that are cosplaying, there's a much higher percentage of people that look like they've sunk like $1,000 into that cosplay.
Yeah, I actually have a reason if you want the reason why there's the difference. 'Cause I have a real one.
You were here for your insight, and we would be thrilled to hear your reason. Like, no, I'm speculating. You're the expert.
Yeah, so the difference is so fan expos are a corporate con, so
Yes.
they're ran for profit.
Yep.
And so they're designed to get as many people in the door as possible. So they're aiming at nerd culture as a whole, right?
Of course.
Not necessarily just cosplayers, but the reason why you see such high level cosplayers is because the Fan Expo costume contest, it's a craftsmanship based cosplay contest, and it's one of, so Edmonton Expo, Calgary Expo, and GameCon are the only cons in Alberta typically that offer like a cash prize for placement.
Really?
Yeah.
So they
Otafest,
are the
that's where
competition mecca.
a lot of the competitors. Whereas like Animathon and Otafest, they're community based. So they're all volunteer run. They're not for profit. They're usually doing like charity work. So like Odafest will pick a different charity every year, and once the cost
Oh.
of the venue is paid for, everything else goes to charity. They raised
Oh.
$30,000 this year for like the food bank in Calgary, right?
That, and what a great cause to pick too.
Right?
Not some
The year
not some
before
ridiculous
that,
awareness campaign.
yeah, and
That's
the year
amazing.
before that was a cat shelter. So they raised
And
$28,000 for a cat shelter.
So things that actually make a difference in the
Yeah.
community that they're a part of.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
But their craftsmanship contests are closed doors.
Oh,
And they don't
okay.
have like past prizes. So like when you sign up for a craftsmanship contest at Odafest or Animathon, it's in a private room, which is really nice for people who are like don't handle large crowds or large noises, so they can still show off what they do without that kind of anxiety level.
Good for them too.
But that's the difference. Yeah.
Yeah. No, that's amazing. Like, no, thank you for that. Was an impeccably like professional summary of that. Like, thank you.
Anytime.
No,
I know a couple of things.
Oh no, you know a lot. You are very, very knowledgeable. Don't sell yourself short here. Like, no, that actually makes yeah, that makes a lot of sense. Damn, dude. Give me just 1 second here, because hold on. I've meant to ask this question like 3 or 4 times, and I'm not gonna forget again. This is a slight tangent question, but I am incredibly impressed at the bookshelf setup behind you there. I just noticed like you look like right now. You look like you're sitting in a comic book shop that has like a literature section, you know, and like you've got all the figures and everything. You've got the all like the stuffies, but like you have a very impressive book collection. Like that is.
Wait 2 seconds. Wait 2 seconds.
I
I'll
am.
You back.
Oh my God.
You back. So they're 7 feet tall.
Oh.
I have 2 of them.
Wow.
And there's anime. I don't know if you can see it, but there's anime statues on the top.
Hell
and then
yeah.
I have a manga section.
Kitty cat.
On this, yeah, that's Claude.
Awesome. You did say we might get a surprise visit.
The manga section over there too.
Nice. That's amazing. Is the manga section on like on another shelf like this?
It's 7 foot.
Holy
it's thinner.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Wow, these are so good.
Yeah.
Who's the figure playing the guitar? That looks like they're playing a guitar up there on the top right of my
Ellie
vision.
from Last of Us.
Okay, I thought that. Yeah, that's really cool. That's the only one that I can make out, like size wise. But is there Akamatsu from Okami up there?
Yeah, there's Okami.
Yeah.
I have a Jack skeleton. I have she's an artist designed mermaid. Then I have Iba from AI Somnium Files up there. I have a cat girl from, I think it's Hololive.
Which one? Is it Okaya?
I have no idea. I got her because she was a cat girl, and I decided my cat needed a cat girl. So I don't know.
Okay, that is a oh shit.
I have no idea.
I've seen the character before.
There's a cat girl.
But that's like that's an off model. I don't actually know Hololive. That's Fubuki. That's a fox girl.
Sure, that sounds right.
That's Fubuki. That's Fubuki. That's who that in like a fan outfit, I think. Okay. Yeah, I don't know the Hololive streamers that well, but I know I should. Like I'm involved enough in nerd culture. I feel bad for not know. Yeah.
I don't have any touchstones of VTubing. I worked at GameStop at the time when all these figures were coming out. And so I went, man, my cat deserves a cat girl. So I love it.
Absolutely. No, that's great. I'm gonna, if I could make a personal request, could we please see the Okami figures?
Yeah, let me pull them down for you.
Thank you so much.
This was
the Jinx boots.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. Those look awesome. Oh, that is beautiful. I really like Akamatsu. I named my first mech Akamatsu. That was my working model for a long time.
I I did a humanized version of her
Oh,
as a
really?
cosplay. Yeah, so
That's
I did a
amazing.
humanized
I love that
version
you
of her.
I love that you called them her too, but a lot of people get it wrong. Like no,
Yes,
Akamatsu is absolutely absolutely like calls himself a girl, whatever like it comes up. Like I really like
yeah.
that,
Well,
but most
because
people don't know that.
the wolf is a girl,
Hmm.
but the god that she is a reincarnation of is a man.
Yep.
So when I did the cosplay of it, because of how reincarnation works in Japanese culture, essentially what happens is you can be reincarnated in whatever gender,
Hmm.
but you adopt the gender of whatever you're reincarnated as. So I did a male version of the wolf in a human form
That's so
who was a
cool.
reincarnation of her,
Yeah.
not the god.
No, I got you.
So I did like a shrine maiden and shrine
Oh
priest like
wow.
mashup, and I did a bunch of historical research for it. Like I made my own Hakamon pants, like the whole 9 yards.
That is so cool. If
Yeah.
definitely don't have to, but if you have any pictures of that you're comfortable sharing, I would love to see them. But like,
Yeah,
yeah,
I can definitely send them your way.
don't feel
I
like you have to.
have
We don't got to put those on stream or anything. Like I just, but yeah, I like that sounds like absolutely amazing.
Yeah, I have tons of them somewhere in my Google Drive. I can send them to you later, but I don't have them like right
No,
now.
that's why I always like. There's no
Yeah.
don't feel like you have to either. Like, but no, that's really impressive. Yeah, I don't know, man. Like, Okami was really special. Like the whole
One of my
watercolor aesthetic.
favorite games.
Yeah, it was a beautiful game. Yeah, they did a really good job of that. Damn. Yeah, I'm glad I asked.
You got the rollout.
Yeah, you've got a really impressive setup.
Thank you.
Since they're
Thank you.
right there, I see an
Yeah.
opportunity. Like those Jinx boots. Can we get an up close on like how like the details of what you did to those?
They're a little scuffy because they're like 3 years
They
old, but
should
yeah,
be.
absolutely.
Like Jinx's boots are meant
So
to look like they're like they absolutely. That's amazing.
yeah, so this is foam. I originally this is the third set of toe caps I've made. Because I've covered them in Warbler now, so it's foam covered in Warbler for all
Okay.
of the toe caps.
Mm-hmm.
And then I hand knit, I finger knitted my shoelaces because I didn't like any of the pre-bought shoelaces,
That's
so I made
so
my
cool.
own shoelaces
They look so
for
natural too for Jinx. Like they
yeah.
should be chaotic and kind of crimped and all that. And wow,
Exactly. And then these match the show because it's actually
like a nail.
it's like a nail shoved through something. So I actually rubber casted a D-ring, and I poured it in resin after I put a picture frame nail through
Mm-hmm.
it, and then I
Mm-hmm.
glued a rivet on top for each of them.
Wow.
And then we've got the little back piece too
Yeah,
for it, and then
and the side stitch.
yeah, and then this is her second set.
Yeah, because
of
they're asymmetrical.
Exactly.
Wow. So can I ask, did you actually specifically like get a crimper out and crimp those laces?
No, that just happens naturally from so like it's a technique called finger knitting. So you take embroidery thread and you literally
Okay.
knit on your fingers,
Mm-hmm.
and because of the tightening of the weave of
Mm-hmm.
it, I don't think the camera will pick up the weave, unfortunately.
Honestly,
But
it's doing a
basically, it looks
surprisingly
like a
good job.
chain. Well, that's good. But because of the natural crimp of the weave, it just ends up kind of crimpy.
Yeah, it does kind of look like chain.
Yes. It's basically a chain stitch all the way down.
That's so
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah.
You're
Little Jinx boots.
you're very impressive at your detail work.
Thank you.
No.
That's what I hear a lot. A lot of people are
Aw.
like, your details are crazy, and I'm like, thank you. I work really hard on those.
Yeah, no, that's great. You deserve it. So the previous Jinx cosplayer, the little flaps on the top of Jinx boots, they had done those in foam. Are yours is that pleather?
Yeah, so it's leather. So this is basically because she only has one flap on one boot for the
Mhm.
front. This is just a square of pleather that I grommeted onto the tongue.
Nice.
And then there's actually foam and washers in here
to
keep
weigh
it
it down. That's so
so
cool.
that it stays flop over. And then, so the original boot is just like an ankle-high boot.
Mhm.
And then I just grommeted on like another sheet of pleather
Nice.
for the floppy bits.
Have you ever heard Jester style?
Yes, exactly. And like that's just how it just sits on.
Yeah.
It's just a little grommet.
That is
Over the
incredibly well done.
Thank you.
What would you say?
I always
Sorry,
get
you first.
compliments on my boobs. Yeah.
Yeah, you
I always
do?
get compliments. When I'm walking around in her, all I
Uh-huh.
hear is like, "Oh my God, look at that Jinx! Look at her boots!" And I'm
Oh,
like,
nice.
Boots.
People are jealous
It's
of
my
those
favorite
boots.
bit. Yeah.
That's awesome. Does that cat want you to pick them up?
Yeah, he
Cool.
does. He's a baby.
Oh, introduce them if you don't mind.
This is Claude.
Hi, Claude.
He's my little baby. He's my little garbage man.
He's looking right at us.
Yeah, he does that. He's a little foster failure, so I was fostering him and his 3 siblings. I've had him since he was 2 weeks old, and he didn't go back to the shelter because he's my little garbage man.
Look at that sweet face. Oh.
Yeah. Every time I take him to the vet, he gets compliments on his eyeliner.
Oh. Thanks for taking a sec to introduce your cat. Like, we've just been staring. I'm just like, I want to pet that cat. Every time they walk by, I'm like, I want to pet that cat. Like,
He's a big old sap. He
Aw.
wants cuddles and attention all the time.
those are the best
and
cats.
I respect it. Exactly.
No, exactly. No, that. Oh man, that's great. So I was about to ask before we get sidetracked there. So that was like those Jinx boots are very incredible props. Your fish bones is an incredible prop. What would you say is like your favorite one that you've made? Is it the fish bones?
Yeah, it'd be a tie between Fishbones and Atreus's bow. But like Fishbones is just super impressive.
Let's quickly.
You know?
I don't see a picture that I have access to on your Instagram.
2 seconds. I can go get my bow.
Oh, hell yeah. Oh, lucky us. That's great. This is why the interviews are so good. Oh, that's awesome. That Ellie figure that they have up on the top right of their mantle there, I was in between that either being Ellie or Daryl Dixon. I needed them to confirm.
That was a fair guess. It could have been either. They both have the
Oh, this looks so good.
So this is my Atreus
Look at the
bow.
grain. It looks halfway between grain and like what we call scroll. I'm a gun nerd, but what we call like scroll engraving on like a firearm. Like that, it's like halfway between. That's incredible.
Yeah, and so he does do a full U-shaped curve as well. So when I draw him, he draws like a proper bow does.
Good.
And it is literally a full U-shaped curve.
Oh wow, that is so
This
cool.
is my baby.
It's beautiful. How did you make this?
So technically he's an illegal prop. And I'm not supposed to have him because he has metal in him.
Okay.
So when I
Wait,
go
you
to
can't
a
have metal at
con-
all?
No. So when I go to a con, I just say he has dowels in him.
That's fair,
what
dude.
He has 2 millimeter aluminum rods. He has 2 in each side and 1 in the middle, and that's what allows him to do like the full U-shaped curve.
Nice. That's not even.
they're
That won't
embedded
even
in the
show up on a
foam.
metal detector. You're good.
No, exactly. It's basically a camping rod, essentially, like what you
Incredible.
would use for a tent. So like, there's nothing. And my bow would break if I hit you with it, which is why I'm okay taking him to a con. Like,
Oh, yeah.
I will do more damage than my bow would, you know?
I get you. I get you. Please continue. Yeah.
So it has right here in the center, it's actually 2 pieces of foam. So this is 1 piece and this is another piece.
Okay.
And then it has the aluminum vent into it, and it's got 2 on this side, 1 in the middle, and then it has a warbler shell around it.
Okay.
So this is all, it's a process called wood scoring, or not wood scoring, heat scoring. which is where you take a box cutter, you cut really lightly into the foam,
Mm-hmm.
and then you take a heat gun to it, and that opens up all of the channels
Like
that you
sinks it
just
in.
made, and it sinks it in exactly. And then
Wow.
for the Warbler, that Warbler is a thermoplastic, so you take a heat
Yeah.
gun to it, and it becomes kind of like a putty almost,
Mm-hmm.
and then it'll harden in whatever shape, and you
Mm-hmm.
can reshape it as many times as you want. So I take like an actual carving, like a clay carving tool
Oh.
to it,
Yeah.
and I carve in the wood texture.
Clay
So
carving tools make so much sense because it looks almost like ceramic work. Like that's
yeah,
very impressive. So wow, I've learned a lot about Warbler this weekend. I don't know if you saw like on Saturday,
I
but
watched a bit of that Saturday
yeah.
interview. Yeah,
Okay, that is really
it's a
impressive.
very popular but expensive material because it is so versatile. It's also
Yeah.
completely non-toxic.
Oh,
So
wow.
like,
So the two, wow,
yeah,
wow. The two things that I specifically learned from you was that you can reshape it over and over, and it's non-toxic. That's
yeah.
kind of amazing.
So like, if I'm doing foam work, I
Hmm.
have to do it outside with a ventilator
Of
if I'm heating it
course,
in any capacity because
of
it's
course.
toxic and I'm not going to get Claude sick. I'll get
Oh yeah.
myself sick. I'm not getting my baby sick, you know?
No, no.
Um,
Good cat parenting.
right?
Of course.
But Warbler is non-toxic, and so I can actually heat it up in my house fine, no issues.
Wow.
It doesn't give any fumes off. So as long as I'm not like, if I'm layering it over foam, it needs to be done outside because the foam's heating up.
Yeah.
But as long as I'm just using Warbler, I'm good. So I can do projects all year long instead of just in like the spring, summer when the weather's nice outside, you know?
That's a wow. That's actually really cool.
Yeah,
I
it's
didn't
just
realize it was
expensive.
that versatile. Yeah, we keep hearing that it's that super expensive. I didn't realize it was that versatile.
Yeah, like I've used it. I've used it for my Lenore cosplay. I've used it for Atreus. I've used it for Jinx upgrades. There's a little bit of Warbler on Fishbone, so like the fish bone on his jaw, and
Hmm.
then the wire cage for his eye. That's done in Warbler.
Okay.
Yeah, it's so. I've seen people use it in wigs for like really heavy ponytails too.
Oh, that's really cool.
Yeah, there's lots of different ways to do it.
What would you say is your favorite material to work with? Like, and I don't mean like what's the one that produces the best results. What's the one that you enjoy working with the most? What's the most fun of the cosplay materials to shape and work with?
For me, I will always be like painting. Give me anything to
The
paint.
painting
I love
side,
painting.
that's
Yeah,
wonderful.
that's like my thing is like I just love like Fishbones. That paint job was 150 hours, and I did all of that in like 2.5 weeks.
We're looking at it right
That's great.
now. We're looking at that
Yeah,
again. It's spectacular. Yeah.
yeah, and like that's so much fun. Like Atreus's bow, painting this
Hmm.
was so much fun for me. Like there's 7 different shades on
Hmm.
each type of like
Hmm.
each of the wood sides of
Hmm.
it. Um, so like it's just painting's just so much fun. I will forever die on the hill that you can have the best prop in the world, but if your paint job isn't like super well executed, you will lessen the quality of that prop.
That is a very fair way to word that. That was a very
Yeah.
diplomatic, very fair way to word that. No, I'm not saying that jokingly. I know I like
Yeah.
that's a respect thing. Like no, that's fantastic. You're right. Like I think it kind of goes back to that saying like every hobby has its 90% sanding. Does that trigger
Yeah.
anything for you? Like the
Foam
joke.
is 90% sanding,
Yeah,
actually.
exactly. There you go. Yeah, the joke of like
Yeah.
woodworking seems like a fun hobby until you realize it's 90% sanding. But every hobby
Yeah.
has its version of that, and like the
Yeah.
the paint job, like that's a really good example of one of those things that like
Oh,
this prop, like holy shit, like everything about it is amazing, but that paint job is yeah, it really
I've
brings it all together.
had people ask me if he's real metal before.
No, I assumed so just without sorry, I'm just like reconnecting this cable that
Yeah.
I keep kicking here. Got me fun of that last time. There we go. Okay. Um when I looked at this, so myself personally, the way I would go about this is I would make like a really simple frame for it. Now, I personally am framed a little bit differently. Like, I'm okay with like a bit more weight, like especially on my right shoulder. Like, I'm good with that. Like that's one thing. But I would have probably made like either some sort of like I probably would have made about like a half-inch plywood frame for this. And I don't mean like the whole thing, but I probably would have gotten like probably like 3 or 4 like I mean, I would cut it so thin it would almost be like a square dowel, and I would have built it off of that frame. That would have been the bones of it. But you took a completely different route for this, and the detail work and everything. Like this is like it's impressive to the point that I wouldn't be able to tell how you built it. You know, that's that's impressive all by itself.
Thank you. Yeah, he's made out of very specifically the puzzle mats you can get at Walmart.
The what?
You know those puzzle floor mats that you can buy at Walmart?
Yeah.
Like the foam mats? That's what he's made out of. That's EVA foam. And so that's what he's made out of.
That's so cool.
Walmart. Yeah.
That's
cheaper. It's cheaper than getting like, so EVA foam is just overall a type of foam, right?
Of course,
like they use it for a lot of different things. It's just like a fatigue mat. Or like a yoga mat is made out of a different density of EVA.
Yeah.
What you typically think of when you hear EVA foam is those big foam sheets that are smooth on both sides.
Yeah.
That stuff can be anywhere from $35 for a small roll all the way up to like $75, $100 for a big roll. But you can go to Walmart and get 6 packs of the puzzle mat foam for like $15 a pop and make a fish bones.
Wow.
I spent more on paint for fish bones than I did on foam.
No.
Yeah. You did. I did. 100% I did.
Unbelievable. That's amazing. Wow, that's really impressive. So like that actually leads into a much more like general knowledge question that might help a lot of people. What are some of your tips for people for getting like the materials they need cheap? Because you just gave us an insane tip. Like hell yeah, thank you for that.
Yeah, so like my whole thing with cosplay is like, especially when I'm doing panels or stuff like that, I want to make things as accessible to people as possible. And one of the key points of accessibility is always going to be finances, right?
Yeah, of course.
It's expensive. And like even the way I cosplay can be very expensive. Like Atreus, I think altogether was like $300.
I would have guessed a lot more than that, to be honest.
Well, that's because I loathe spending money I don't have to.
Good for you. Yep.
If you're looking for fabric materials, one of the best options every single year in most major cities and some small cities, there is a charity group called Grandmas for Africa. And every year, typically in April, they do a giant stash busting sale, is what they're called. And it's where all these little old grandmas go through their fabric stashes and they go, I'm not going to use this. I've been holding on to this for years. And they sell them for these crazy cheap discounts, like a church. And I have bought like $500 worth of fabric for like $60 at these church sales. And you could literally just Google it and you will find them. And they do it like all across Canada. I have found them because I've lived in 11 different cities in Alberta, and I have found this exact charity in every single city except for 3. So
incredible success rate.
Yeah, or even like just look up like literally like fabric sales, and you will find like little old grandmas selling out of their fabric stashes, which is why they're called stash sales.
Yeah.
And so I'll get most of my fabric from there. I will also get what's called notations. So that's zippers, elastics, snaps, pins, buttons, those kinds of things. Because buttons are stupid expensive. Like a pack of buttons is like $15.
Dude, if I'm at like a farmer's market once in a while, there'll always be a table selling buttons, and you walk by sometimes and you're like, what are you smoking? Like, you should sell that.
No,
like, whatever. Like,
why?
like
You know in Fallout how they use bottle caps?
Yeah.
They use buttons. Like,
I know.
swear.
Yeah, man. Absolutely.
They're wild.
Oh man, I think it like yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, I
No,
think
it's insane.
yeah,
It's insane.
yep. No,
Oh.
not to say they're not gorgeous. Some of them are gorgeous, and like once in a while you'll see one where it's like, what the hell? Did you paint a mosaic on this? Like what that?
Yeah.
And you're like, okay, I understand why you're charging that much for this, right? Like, yeah, it's like, okay, you got a microscope out to paint this, and this is art. But then you'll see somebody who's got like bag of buttons, $10, and the bag is like. It's like what
sandwich bag?
is this like what? These aren't drugs, okay? Like you don't need the tiny bag. This should be like the full.
Buttons are drugs. That's
I
what we
mean,
learned. If
dude,
anything in this interview is that buttons are drugs.
Yeah, I mean, damn, dude. No, that is a. Sorry, I don't even buy buttons, but like just going to a farmer's market and walking by the stall, you're like, what? Okay, maybe I should make buttons. Like,
No, exactly.
Yeah.
No, 100%. But like
Sorry,
that's where I get all of that from.
That's amazing.
And then so everybody will complain about Fabricland, because their stuff is atrociously priced. However,
Okay.
you can get a Fabricland card for $25. It lasts for a full year. And I will get my card for the year only when I know I'm making a new project. So at the start of the new project, when I go there to get something, that's when I renew my card. So like sometimes,
I like it.
yeah, I think my card expires in September. I already have all of my material, so I'm probably not going to renew it until April next year when I start making different projects.
You don't have to. Yeah.
Exactly. But they will do, if you go there during, like, just before the start of a new season, so, like, August is a big month for it, they will clear out all of the old season fabric.
Okay.
Because it's out of style now. So I got jean fabric is anywhere from $22 to $47 a meter, which is ridiculous. And I got 3 meters of it, like literally last week for my next project after Scanlan for $9 a meter because it's last year's colors. So if you just go...
These tips are insane.
Seasonal. Yeah, you can get it for super... Like, I have bought... Like, I literally just got, like, 1.5 meters of pleather. Pleather is notoriously expensive. It's anywhere... Like, I've seen, like, pleather be as high as, like, $56 a meter. But if you go into what's called their offcut bins, so it's, like... It's like
degrade.
wraps of... It's not even degrade. It is too small to keep on the bolt or the roll. So they saran wrap it and they sell it for cheap just to get it out of the store because they can't, it's not large enough to fit on a bolt anymore. And so, like, I've gotten pleather from Fabricland, like this freaking big, and a giant roll of it for $4.50. Because it was offcut.
These tips are insane. Like, can I just say the specificness of, like, okay, the Grandmas for Africa, stash sales, and this Fabricland hack, these are incredible tips. Your insight is amazing.
Yeah, because I want people to cosplay, and I think...
Yes,
like,
of course!
Right? It's fun. And when I'm always at a con, I always have people, like, come up to me and be like, oh, where did you buy this? How did you make this? And, like, a lot of the biggest barriers that I found just through talking with people have been finances, right?
Yeah,
because, like, you have one side of it where it's, like, a kid. Where do kids get money, right? Or you have the other side of it
Kids
where
get
you're
money
an
from
adult.
somebody who's struggling to afford to feed them. That's where they get their money. Like, yeah.
That's exactly it.
Yep.
Or you're talking to an adult with a job who is struggling to feed their cat. You know, like
100%. Yep. That's still their kid.
Exactly.
Like, no, but 100%. You're 100% right.
What he is.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's like one of those things where it's like I want to find ways to make this accessible to everybody because I think it's fun, and I want other people to do stuff because like that's also like another big reason why I compete is because like going backstage and talking to other people who have made their things is so cool. It's my favorite part about competing.
Yeah.
Is just being like I spent all of Calgary Expo because I've never made a ball gown before, right? And there were like 3 different competitors. Yeah, I've never made one, and there were 3 different competitors in ball gowns, and I was like, can I? If you are comfortable, can I crawl under your skirts and see what your understructure looks like to support all the weight of this fabric? And I had so many people be like, yeah, get on in there. There's someone out there with a picture of me in a Traeus with my feet sticking out as I'm yelling at them through their skirts, asking them questions.
How does the framing on this wire work? Like, it's like...
Yeah, I'm like sitting there and I'm like, how did you make your hoop skirts? What bias did you use?
What are you doing in there, boy? Like, just like Kratos walks up. I am so disappointed, boy.
Well, and like, so another thing too is like, you've probably seen cosplayers where they have like those corsets and then like over top of their skirts. And when you're wearing a corset and it's holding your skirts underneath, sometimes the skirts slip out from like underneath your corset. The amount of competitions I have been in, because I have tiny baby hands, where people have come up to me and been like, can you please shove your hands down my corset to get my skirts and pull them back up? And I've just been like, sure, as long as we're all okay with this.
Oh, exactly. But like, no, but they felt comfortable asking you, and they didn't think you were they didn't think you were gonna throw it in their face and be weird about it, and you felt comfortable you felt comfortable being like, yeah, I can do that for you. Like, that's a beautiful thing. That's a beautiful thing.
It's just the situations you end up with. I'll be like underskirts or in corsets. Those are my 2 modes apparently, and I'm just fixing costumes and asking questions.
But like, I mean, I'm gonna like. You're not being creepy about it though. You're just like,
that's exactly it.
You're craftsmen love showing off what they do to other craftsmen. You know, like when you are like a human being that crafts things, talking to another human being that crafts things, like we're like, let's talk details. Let's go. Like, that's a beautiful thing. Absolutely.
Well, and in a competition space too, like, if you've competed once or twice, you know everyone else who is competing, right?
That's so like, interesting.
Oh yeah, so the masters level of cosplayers, it's like a rotating 10 people.
I figured that there was somebody I was about to mention when you mentioned the dress, and I'll bring them up in a second. You might know who they are. But continue.
Yeah, I probably do.
We'll see. We'll see.
But like, it's like a rotating group of like 10 to 15 people in one specific class.
Province,
because like, well, per province, and once you get to like a master level, like your builds then turn from a couple of months to a couple of years, right?
Yeah.
Because like the caliber, you're not trying to beat everyone else. You're trying to one up yourself. Yeah. Because it's like, I already know all of this about sewing. I already know all of this about foam work.
Yeah.
What's next on my list? I guess I'm adding lights. I guess I'm adding a smoke machine. I guess I'm adding animatronics. I guess I'm learning leather working. Like,
that you have to one up yourself.
I know people who've made their own shoes. And I'm sitting here and I'm like, if I have to make my own boots, I'm not competing anymore. I can't.
Oh, they just went and became a cobbler because that was the only thing they could still one up themselves. That's amazing. That reminds me of like, probably my favorite, like, I'm sorry, I know, but like, probably my favorite like Eminem quote was like I have to re-listen to my old albums to keep up on my competition. It's like you have to like look at what you've already done. Like when you get to a certain level of success and like being good at what you do, you have to look at what you've already done and be like, how do I beat myself? Like that's really, honestly though, that's the mark of success. Like good on you guys for having to like one up yourself instead of like, you know, like that I don't know. That's a healthy way to be, I guess.
100%. Well, like I'm teaching myself embroidery right now. I've never embroidered anything. And
really?
I'm like, well, I guess oh yeah.
What are you embroidering right now? What is, wow.
Yeah.
Okay, so the side that's not.
This is going to be a cup.
Wow. Really?
So this is what I've already done.
Yeah.
And this is what I'm working on now.
I was just about to say
this is going to be This is going to be the cuffs of a sleeve.
Unbelievable.
For an undershirt.
Wow. I'm so glad
Yeah.
you just talked over me there, because that little delay, I did not mean to start talking before you were done, and it happened. No, good on, no, like 10 out of 10. Like, if that happens, just talk over me, because I'm not doing it on purpose. I would never interrupt my interviewee. But I was gonna say the side that you pointed at and said you already done there, the level of like embossment, I suppose, like how 3D it is, it's incredible. It really shows up on this camera. Like
There's 8 different stitches in that.
Amazing. It looks like a centimeter high, like on camera. It looks like half a centimeter high on camera. It's crazy.
It's probably about 3 inches wide, if I was to measure it out. So
Nice.
It's not super big. But the plan is to do the cuffs and the lapels of the undershirt. And then I'm doing a vest over top that is
Nice.
going to have the pockets embroidered, the corners embroidered, and then
Wow.
the arm sleeves fully embroidered. And then I'm going to do a pair of very fancy historical pants called front fell pants.
Okay.
Or front fell breeches is the actual word for them.
Google, help me out.
And so essentially they're those big poofy pants that have like the detachable crotch piece. Is what they are.
I got him up.
And
No, I see you.
Oh, did I disappear?
Oh no,
good.
oh no, you're good. You're good.
Okay.
I just brought up a picture of the pants you were talking about.
Yes. Sorry. So I'm gonna make those, and then all along the side seam, I'm gonna fully embroider from the hip to the ankle, as well.
Wow.
So I'm probably looking at about, on a soft estimation, 150 to 200 hours of embroidery for this project. And then I have to do the hat. I forgot. I'm also doing a fully embroidered hat.
Amazing. You know, like,
Yeah.
this is a completely random thought, but I just had the thought that, like, if you keep going with this, there's a real chance that, like, some crazy rich person might be like, hey, can I just give you a shitload of money to make me an outfit? Like, this is, like, wow. This detail is amazing.
I would be making something for someone else. I'm going to be so for real with you.
Oh.
I refuse to do commissions. I would not.
Really?
Yeah, so
That's
like,
so interesting.
Me, my projects are really personal.
I respect
so, like,
that so much.
Yeah, I pick characters or I pick mediums that I have like a really intense passion for. And like I've done that with every character that I've done.
Yeah.
And so making something for someone else, would drive me mad, because it's like it's not necessarily something I feel passionate for.
Yeah.
And then like all of my patterns are custom sized.
Yeah.
So like Jinx's top was a cellophane and duct tape pattern that I did on my own body. So it is like,
Holy shit.
it's not anymore, but it was like my actual measurements at the time. I got too buff, so I actually can't wear her anymore. I'm too buff.
She needs to
but
adjust.
So like, yeah, well, I would have to remake the entire shirt essentially, which is why she like retired this year, like the arcane version of her. I actually hulked out of her at Otafest and I broke my top because I was
What?
strong. Yeah.
Do you know
so
how
I
many?
put
Do you
her
know how many
on.
people go their whole life dreaming that someday they could do that, and you did it by accident?
I know, but
Like,
so I put her on. I was getting ready in the room, and I just sat there and I rolled my shoulders back like this, and the whole back piece snapped, and I spent Otafest with safety pins. And I'm like, well, I guess she's retired now.
Victim of your own success.
Literally.
That's amazing. Dude, I feel super validated when you told that story, because I've said this before, but there's this thing, you can't purchase passion.
No.
No, you can't do it. You can't purchase passion. Like, yeah. Yep. That's
You
amazing.
love it or you don't.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. Wow. Okay. So while we're here, I want to open this up so anybody in chat, if anybody here watching right now has a question for Pocket, please go ahead and throw those out there. We've had an incredible interview here so far. Pocket, like, you've been so much fun. You have really good insight
Thank
to
you.
all this.
Thank you. I try. I try to be fun. My whole vibe is a little guy.
Yeah, no, just honestly, it kind of kind of giving like N for murder drones vibes. Like, just a happy little guy. Just here,
I think my Instagram bio is I'm a cat boy you can take home to your mom.
It's like Seth from ZZZ. It's like, oh, he's just so sweet, though. I just like that.
Yeah.
Oh, wow, that is really, really good. Oh man. So yeah, we are gonna open it up to viewer questions here. Let's do this. Okay, so let's jump in. So stories. We'll start with storytellers. This one's like actually pretty general. I like. I'd ask for more tips and tricks for being thrifty, but since I'm the states since I'm in the states, most of that might not apply to me. The way I'm going to ask that, do you have any tips for people for being thrifty with like getting your supplies online? Because that'll probably apply more to people that are both in States and Canada.
So I'm gonna be honest, I don't typically buy online.
Okay.
Because I'm a very sensory person, so I have to touch the fabric before I wear the fabric because
I
I've
respect
had
that.
fabrics that like I touch and I'm like, huh, get it off me.
Yep.
But what I can say as like general tips that would work across borders is if you have like a local thrift store, you can use bed sheets, you can use curtains, you can
Ooh.
use like tapestry fabrics, and oftentimes when people are like taking grandparents and either moving them into like an assisted living or like estate sales, they will take whatever is left over and just take it to like a thrift store because they don't know what to do with it. So you can find like full on sewing machines. You can find
Oh.
like actual fabric. I've actually seen patterns at like value villages and stuff um, for like use. There's also what I will say for like if you're looking for patterns in order to sew garments, there are a bunch of cosplay specific pattern makers online where you literally pay like $10 to $20 for a pattern for like a whole costume. I've seen a lot for Critical Role, and they
Okay.
give you the pattern and you just print them out and you tape them together and then you cut them to your sizing and then you can like go to a thrift store and find fabric. And oftentimes like bed sheets is what I use for what's called a mock-up, and that's essentially when you have your pattern, you make the thing out of your mock-up fabric. So in my case, bed sheets, and then you can tailor it how you want it to fit on your body, and then cut that out and use that as your pattern. And like bed sheets are like anywhere from $5 to $15 depending on the size, and you get enough material to make like a full dress or a full shirt or like a full pair of pants that way. One of my friends
That's
did
amazing.
a Vex cosplay from Critical Role, and
Mhm.
her entire like
Nice.
over tunic is made out of a bed sheet. So there's
Wow.
lots of options that way, and you can make it look very, very good. The key to that is ironing your seams. Iron them. Iron your whole costume. Ironing is the sanding of sewing. Iron
Amazing.
everything. Yeah.
Amazing. I cannot get over. I know I'm going to say it one more time. I cannot get over the quality of your answers, the detail. Like, wow. Like, no.
I try.
Yeah, no. I'm going to say it again. Like, thank you for the insight on that. That was spectacular. Wow. This next question, I am so. This should have been on the outline. Like this is such a simple question. I'm mad I didn't think I should have asked everyone this, but let me ask you. If you had unlimited resources and time, what would be your dream cosplay to make? I'm gonna ask that to
Okay.
everybody from now on, by the way.
That's
Like,
so that's so easy for me.
okay,
So
I
there's
don't
a
mind too.
Studio Ghibli film, which is also based off of a manga by Miyazaki called Nausicaa: Valley of
It's
the Wind.
Nausicaa the Valley. In the manga, it was way. She was way less of a passive. I'm so happy you're
Yes.
bringing this up.
Yeah.
Go.
So I want to do her battle outfit,
Oh,
but I want to do it out of baby blue lambskin leather.
Oh
And
my
then I
god.
want to hand bead the entire front of it, and I do want to make her Y-wing as well. And
Oh
I
my
want
god.
like I want that is like my dream build. If I could make like her full fit, like from like the chaps to, and I would want to do it in real leather. Like I would want to get as
Uh-huh.
authentic as possible. And then I would like to do, there's a process called felting, which is where you literally take strands of felt and you needle it together into shapes to like make like stuffies and stuff. I would
Mm-hmm.
want to do a little Tito out of felting.
Yes! Yes,
And
please do.
so like
Oh
that's
wow.
my dream. That is my dream build if I could have like unlimited time, unlimited funds, because like leather's expensive, and to get the
Mm-hmm.
specific color I would want, and I'd want to make like her whole thing out of leather because she would be wearing leather.
We're looking at it right now. Like
Yeah, like
the
that's
pictures of her from
my
the anime.
dream build.
That's
Yeah,
what an amazing
yeah,
answer.
yeah.
What
And I
like
want to do like the full face mask and everything.
yeah, that's exactly what the one we're looking at. The face mask that
Yeah,
has almost like has the flaps. Like
yeah.
the
And then I
oh
want to
wow.
make her rifle and then her
Yes.
ceremonial sword in the back. Like
Yes, please.
I'd want to be able to show up and essentially like if I could put the Y wing
Mm.
on like you know those like little 2 feet scooters that
Uh-huh.
used to be super popular
Uh-huh.
like a million years ago.
Yeah.
I would want to put it on that so I could roll around the con.
That's such a great. That's so good. Wow. I know that real life comes first, but I'd be thrilled if we ever get to see you do that. That would be
I'm
amazing.
hoping. I'm
Yeah.
hoping. I don't have the skills for it yet, but I am planning my first
I don't
leather
know about
project to
that.
be part of my next build,
Okay.
and then I would slow buy what I would need. Like that's another way to make things cheaper is to like piecemeal it out. Like if you're
Mm-hmm.
planning like a
Oh,
big
good
build,
point. Yeah.
yeah, drag out the buying of the materials over the course of a year. So like before I start a project, I will probably start sourcing materials for it like a year or two in advance
Wow.
because then I can get it
Yep.
cheap
Yep.
and I can like $20 is a lot easier to swallow off
Yeah.
of a paycheck than 200.
Of course. The patience is a real virtue here.
Yeah.
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 That is amazing.
That'd be my build.
Quick side tangent. How would you go about making her rifle off the top of your head? I'm curious about that.
So I would definitely have you can use a up to 4 millimeter wooden dowel for most conventions as
Mm-hmm.
like a stabilizer and a prop. So I'd start with a wooden dowel and then I would probably overlay foam and then I'd probably do certain pieces out of Worbla. So essentially I've done this for different projects. Like I did this for Atreus's bow. You tape a bunch of paper together and you draw out the shape of whatever you want. So Atreus's
Okay.
bow was super easy because it was just curves, right? So
Yeah.
you draw out the curves on the paper and you use that flat pattern to build your 3D pattern up. So if I was going to do something like a rifle, I would draw out the whole rifle or find like a 2D image that I could print out of Nausicaa's rifle and I'd scale it to my size. So in the comic,
Gotcha.
if her rifle is from like the top of her head to the
We've got the
center of
picture
her
up
hip,
right now. Yep.
yeah.
Yep.
So I'd scale that to match my size because that's the
Brilliant.
important bit. No one
Yep.
cares how tall Nausicaa is; they care how tall I am. I'd clip it out of the manga shot and I would make it whatever height that is. So like, let's say it's like I don't know, 1.5 feet.
Yep.
And I print my paper out to be 1.5 feet,
Mm-hmm.
and then cut out the base, make sure it matches, and then all of the detail pieces you cut out separately. So you would build your base in the shape of just the plain rifle. And then you'd
Gotcha.
cut out, say, like the stock of it, and you do that in like a thinner foam or in Worbla, and you'd glue it on top of your base, and you'd slowly build up those 3D elements, which is what we did with Fishbone. So we started with like a round core, and then you add elements on top as you go.
Gotcha. That
Yeah.
is so cool, dude. Even that little side comment you made was very insightful. Where you're like, no one cares how tall Nausicaa is; they care how tall I am. So I'm going to scale everything to that. That alone is very good advice.
Well,
Like you,
so Atreus's bow, my bow is actually smaller than what Atreus's bow should be. So
Okay.
he has a longbow that is supposed to be the size of an adult longbow.
oh, I don't have
which
pictures of
for
that one.
my height
Yep.
would have been 4.5 feet. So the bow would have been almost my size if it was to be scaled accurately
Gotcha.
for like a real human longbow.
For the bow,
but
yeah.
in the game, it only hits him at about his knees. So
Yep.
my bow is from my shoulder to my knee because, again, that's what matches the reference, and that's what looks realistic. If I was to make it to be what the actual canon description of, I looked like Atreus with a World of Warcraft weapon, which would be cool, but not what I'm going for.
The scale of the prop would make you look like a chibi.
Exactly.
Yeah, 100%.
Cute, but not the vibe.
Exactly. Yeah. No, but that's not what you're going for. Oh man,
Yeah.
that would be amazing. I've got to say, like, you have been such a spectacular guest. Chat has really, really enjoyed, like, all of the insights and stories you've had to share with us here. Just a really, really big thank you for joining us, and thank you for staying like a full like 45 minutes later than you were scheduled for, and starting early. Like, no, you've been amazing. Yeah. That's fantastic. I really hope that I get to run into you at conventions again, get more pictures, and maybe have you on again in the future.
I do a whole circuit, so you will see me at some point.
That's
I'm
fantastic.
sure.
I mean, I'll be at Expo in a month.
If you see a giant Lord of the Rings group on Sunday,
Okay.
I will be Pippin.
I cannot wait. I absolutely cannot wait.
Then.
Yep. No, I can't wait. Hey, one more time, a huge thank you to Pocket. We're gonna hold on. There we go. You've got your Instagram link above your head again there. Like, guys, give them a follow on Instagram. Give them a follow on TikTok. I'm not just saying that myself. Like, to you guys, I'm gonna, after these interviews, I need to make an Instagram account and I need to follow all these people and I need to start uploading things. Like, you've been amazing. Thank you for joining us, and just thanks for being a part of the stream. We really, really appreciate your time.
Thanks for having me.
Of course, you've been amazing. My goal is always that people have a good enough time that they would consider doing this again. And if we ever have you on again, it would be a great time.
Absolutely.
All right. Thanks to both of you for the great stream. Yeah, no, absolutely. It was fantastic. No, thanks for hanging out, chat. So, Pocket, we appreciate you. I hope that everybody gives you a follow on Instagram and TikTok. And yeah, we will talk to you again next time. Like, thanks so much for being a part of the stream. Thanks for all your stories. And it was a fantastic interview.
Thanks for having me. Bye.
Of course. Have a great night. And yeah, take good care of yourself. You've been amazing.
Thanks.
Awesome. Good night. Oh man, what a great time. That was absolutely fantastic. You need to do this again after Expo. That's the goal. That's what we want to do. We want to be hopefully doing these like more regularly. What a really great interview. No, that was Pocket-Sized Cosplay. What a fantastic amount of detail and insight we got from that entire conversation. Like, that was wonderful. Thank you to everybody in chat who was here, everybody who was here to support the cosplayers, who was here to be a part of the conversation, who was here to be a part of this whole process. We appreciate you so much. Go ahead and give Pocket a follow, give Zenpai a follow, give Melody Neat a follow, give Neko Kitty a follow. They were all amazing. Everybody that we've had do interviews with us so far has been an absolute joy to speak to. These are all incredibly talented people, and it's really humbling that they were all willing to take an hour or two out of their day to sit down and like have a conversation with us. So we appreciate you so much, to every person who's done these.